Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Adventures in Silvernell. Holy cow, this is insane. We are starting Campaign 4. Before we start, thank you, everybody, for watching home at on Twitch, on Facebook, I believe we're live, and to those watching us on YouTube later on, thank you so much. If you've never watched us before, welcome to our homebrewed fantasy world setting for our online game of Dungeons & Dragons. If you've joined us before, welcome back. We missed you. I got some great players I want to introduce, but first, let's just introduce this campaign. Campaign 4, Princesses of Power.
For almost 300 years, the great authoritarian immortal dragonlord Olivine has ruled over the material realm of Silvernell. His fear of the water has kept him above the silver seas, yet he found an alliance with the evil mermaids of Eudothia to carry out his bidding. Over the years, the Genasies of the underwater kingdom of Azir have narrowly fought back the mermaids thanks to its just ruler, King Thrine, and his daughters. But times are changing. Olivine has died. The world of Silvernell is reborn. This is the story of a kingdom after war.
Welcome back, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that intro. I want to introduce our 5 new players for Campaign 4, starting with Andrew Krug, Erica Webb,
Hey, besties.
Margaret Alice, Michael Jackson,
I am new here.
and Alyssa Causey.
Hello.
Welcome back, everybody, and welcome to you too. So, this is a brand new campaign. Make sure, if you're watching us on Twitch, you build up rooter points, which are channel points on Twitch. The more you watch, like things, comment, talk to us in the game, not only will we see them live right now, go ahead and try it, you'll build up rooter points, and then there's an option at the bottom, and you can spend to make things happen directly into our game. We also have a new Patreon. You can visit our Patreon. Meg, you want to tell them a little bit about the Patreon?
Sure. So we just started a Patreon so that all of our followers can help us continue to make amazing Silvernell content. We have so many plans for higher tiers, but right now we're just looking to get that base in. So it's only $5 a month. That's it. It's not very much, and you get access, early access to all bonus content. You get an automatic entry into all of our giveaways, and we give away some pretty cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually we will also have some other great things for you. We're hoping to do like a monthly mystery content and a bunch of other things. So patreon.com/The Adventures in Silvernell.
Thank you, Meg. Also, we have another campaign on Fridays led by Game Masters Michael Ray Williams and Mariah Johnson, which is, we're deep into it now, 24, 25 episodes. And we are live this Friday. So tune in for that.
We're actually coming up on our year anniversary.
That's crazy.
So we're going to be preparing some good stuff.
That's right. All right. Are you guys ready to get into the very first beginning of Princesses of Power? I'm so nervous.
I get stressed every first day. So here we are.
All right. Here we go. Welcome to the Kingdom of Azir, a bustling and prosperous floating underwater city that thrives on the trade of pearls. The kingdom is located deep in the ocean, next to towering coral reefs, giant clam caves, and schools of brightly colored fish swimming through the streets. As you pull up to the dock, you walk through pink coral archways and enter the city. You see a wide variety of shops and restaurants that line the iridescent pink and light blue streets. The shops sell everything from beautiful pearl necklaces and earrings to intricately woven baskets and tapestries made from seaweed, coral, and sea foam. One of the most popular shops is an alchemist that specializes in crafting exquisite pearl powders and oils for indigestion, skincare, and inflammatory use. Next door is a jeweler's shop filled with sparkling necklaces, earrings, bracelets, each adorned with pearls of every color and size. The restaurants in the city serve a wide variety of seafood dishes, from grilled octopus to seared scallops, all prepared with fresh ingredients caught by the city's skilled fishermen. One of the most popular restaurants is a sushi bar that serves delicate rolls filled with succulent fish and topped with clam tongue. The city's buildings are constructed from a combination of coral, hardened sea sponge, and colorful sea rocks, creating a vibrant and unique classical architectural style. The city's highest elevated point is dominated by a magnificent palace, the home of the kingdom's water ganassi King Thrine and Queen Arizaline. The palace is adorned with thousands of pearls, each one carefully polished to a brilliant shine. In addition to the shops and restaurants, there are many other activities to enjoy in the Underwater Kingdom of Azir. The city boasts a large market where vendors sell everything from exotic spices and herbs imported from Sumplin to handcrafted coral and bioluminescent weaponry imported from Yarmouth. The city also has a bustling harbor where traders from all over the Silver Seas come to buy and sell pearls and other goods. For those seeking adventure, there are many opportunities to explore the ocean depths. The city's skilled shark folk divers from Shark Food Island offer guided tours of the coral reefs, where visitors can swim alongside schools of fish and marvel at the beauty of the underwater world. There are also underwater caves and shipwrecks to explore, each one filled with secrets and treasures waiting to be discovered. We might find some on this campaign. Overall, the Underwater Kingdom of the Ganassi is a vibrant and thriving cultural city filled with delicious food and endless opportunities for adventure. With that being said, we dive in. We go straight into the Silver Seas. Coming from the north is this very bright pink wagon. Obviously no wheels. We're floating in the middle of the ocean here, about 5,000 feet down. And this carriage is being pulled by two very large bright blue manta ray. Outside of the carriage, on the front sitting, are a couple of Azirian workers. It's kind of unclear what exactly they do. They kind of do everything. They're not servants, they're not guards, they're somewhere in between. We zoom in through the glass window, and sitting there are two amazing, beautiful princesses. Let's start by introducing Princess Seer Goth. Go ahead, Michael.
Seer Goth is more lounged across her side of the carriage, I guess. Mm-hmm. She's kind of like laid out. She has these tendril-like tails that kind of like link around, and she just kind of like propped herself up, and she looks over at Vinfira, and she's having, I guess she's kind of mid-conversation, just kind of catching up. Oh, it's been such a long time since I've seen you, and I've just, I don't know, I just haven't been back to the castle, and I don't like change, so I don't know what's going to happen there, but it's been quite a while. How long has it been since I've been back to the kingdom?
Months.
Scott? And how long has it been since I've seen my sister? The same amount of time?
Yes. Vinfira has been off doing her diplomatic duties, as so have you.
Perfect. It's just so boring being at Outpost. I picked Upland, but it's just nothing much to do there. Daddy doesn't want me to make any strong motions to start any wars or anything, so I just sit and I kind of trained them, you know, but not too much. How are things going with the mermaids?
Sitting right across from Princess Seer Goth is Princess Vinfira. Please describe yourself, Vinfira.
Vinfira is sitting up tall, sitting proud, almost not quite stiff, but very much like she's here, and she wants you to know that she's here. She has very dark, curly hair, sort of like a light blue skin, and she just is very poised as she kind of turns and is like, it's merfolk to start. And things have been quite busy, I must admit. She kind of ponders over her words for a moment as she continues. You know, we've been dealing with a splintered sort of kingdom, if you will, refugees trying to turn to banditry. You know, some of us do have things to do other than watch over the outposts here.
I mean, so testy over the people we literally detest, but I mean, to each their own. But we all do important work. You know, that's why we're headed back. We have such big news for Daddy, so.
Well, we all do important things, and we have lots to report, I'm sure.
As you look out the window, the ocean is swimming by you. Bubbles, you see different colored fish. You know you're getting close to where the kingdom is. Now, you all know the kingdom is underwater, but it's on a floating landmass in the water. So it still is on top of land, and you still have to go a certain way to get up there. You guys hear a certain commotion of the guys leading the carriage up top. Whoosh, the door slides back. You see a Ganassi face lean in. Oi there, princesses! I hope you're having a good time. Unfortunately, we hit a little bit of a rocky road, but we're going to go right around it and everything's going to be fine. Bloop! Right in front of him, this big bubble appears. And in that bubble, like a face, you immediately recognize it's the court jester named Bubbles. And he's like, "Hello! It's so good to see you again. Got a very important announcement. Oh, sorry, princesses. I believe this is a private matter. Enjoy yourself." Shuts the door. Leaves you two alone.
Continue.
We're waiting, Bubbles.
Oh, Bubbles is out. Bubbles is talking to the guys who are leading the carriage. You saw it pass them, and then he shut the door.
Bubbles be talking to them about, not to us.
What could possibly be so important that it's not for us, but for those carrying us?
As you both kind of look at each other questioning, both of you roll a perception check. Let's see if you can hear through that thin door.
Let's see.
First rolls of the campaign!
Ooh. I got a 26.
Okay. Damn.
27.
Alright, so as you guys look at each other, that sisterly look like, are we about to do something bad? Yeah, we about to do something bad. You both lean towards the door, put your ear on it, and you can hear Bubbles is telling them, so excited for the princesses to get back. Please make sure they get back in one piece. King Thrine and Queen Arizaline are beyond thrilled to have their 2 of 5 daughters back from the kingdom. It's been such a long time. They have big plans for your brother Henry, who's not quite a prince yet. Big plans. Also, King Thrine is very excited to have you guys deliver the news to him in person. The news he already knows, that the great authoritarian dictator Olivine is dead. And that is what you're...
Did you know already?
Daddy always knows. Well, why would they keep that a secret? We already knew all that information. That was just kind of pompous, but fine.
It beats me. Bubbles works in mysterious ways.
As you guys are listening, you kind of look out the window and you come upon a scene where you know this is the entranceway to Azir, so to speak. You can recognize the tiny little palace off the sides, kind of like a mailbox in a way.
Ooh,
Just
pretty.
kind of, you kind of sense that you're pulling in. As you pull in, immediately, you swim up to the docks. It's very busy. You kind of pull out of the docks. The guy opens the carriage door for both of you, and as tradition, they announce quite loudly, "Ladies and gentlemen, Your Highness Princess Venvira and Princess Seer Goth." Now, not a lot of people are paying attention because it's a very busy harbor. As you kind of step out, some people do. Everyone you kind of pass by bows. People don't get too close as per tradition. And you notice around you there is definitely some trades. There's about 3 big, I don't want to call them ships. They're kind of like underwater vessels, not submarines, so to speak. They're kind of made of coral and rock and bioluminescent stuff. So you know that one probably goes to Yarmouth. But you see one in particular, a ship that's normally in this harbor, which is from the pearl trade, where they go and dive pearls and bring them back. And you notice it's extremely low supply. And you hear guys arguing. The 2 guys that you're with that lead the carriage. "Shall we take you to the palace, Your Majesties?"
Yes, I'm ready to go.
As am I.
So, in front of that, there is a different carriage. This is kind of the in-kingdom carriage. They open the door and let you in. This one is just a window cut in the front, so you can see these guys leading. This one's not manta ray. This is one giant seahorse that's just kind of bucking. Whoa! Connie, calm it down. I hope you don't mind. We've been instructed to pick up your sisters. So we're going to take a little detour.
Good old family reunion. I love it. All right.
Yeah! Hits the
See if
whips.
we get into any chaos.
The horse goes flying. As you guys are speeding through, you kind of go off the path. You know this isn't the main path, and you think you already know where we're going. He's going to take you through some rock formations where there's some glowing mushrooms, and seems to be a lot of jellyfish swimming around. He tells you, "I don't mind this. The great migration of jellyfish came early this year. So the king's setting up sort of a festival. Oh no, it's a little early, but what are you going to do, these animals?" And he's going to ride down and take you to probably the shadiest place in the entire kingdom, which is a tavern, which I just lost the name of. It's like the floating rot. No, the drifting rot. That's
Drifting
what it is.
Rot,
The
yeah.
drifting rot. It's kind of a shadier tavern. Kind of pulls outside. Oh, your majesties, how do you want to do this? We can go in and get them, or you can go in and get them. But if you go in and get them, you're probably going to have to go in disguise. There's probably lots of commoners inside there.
I
think
don't want to wear a disguise, but I do want to go in.
I mean,
He's
Depending
such
how
a
you
nice
feeling.
bloke.
Oh, she'll do a disguise.
I think Arista's probably standing outside.
okay, so you look out in the tavern expecting to get the sisters, and just standing at the door. Arista, please describe what you look like and what you're doing.
Okay, so standing just outside the door, just completely nonplussed that that's what she's doing, is Arista. She is 3'2", about 36 pounds, and she is an axolotl folk. She is a humanoid axolotl. She's adopted. And she's got this pale blue and lavender amphibian skin, and she has eyes like polished sugarlight. She might have a little pair of spectacles in her purse to help her read sometimes. Yeah, that's her.
And what are you doing standing outside the bar?
Waiting, because I've been told to wait.
Okay, so Seergoth and Vinfira step out. Vinfira is in full disguise. What are you disguised as, Vinfira?
She's not disguised per se. She just kind of has a cloak on and pulled the hood over her. I don't really want to be here, but I have to be.
All right, you two exit the carriage and you make eyes with Arista. You guys have not seen your sister Arista in a couple months.
Well, Rissy! What are you doing out here?
Waiting.
Oh, for us?
And Celia.
Oh, is Lily's also here? Is she inside?
Isn't she always?
Very true. And Celia would start to head inside to find Celia
Okay.
/ Lily.
I believe I'll wait with you if that's alright.
Do as you wish.
As you open the door inside of this tavern, the lights are really dim. There's a giant tree kind of in the middle, like a sea tree. It's like a dark blue color. There are a couple people mingling at tables. Everyone's kind of very quiet. There's some light harp music going on. There's a kind of a joyful, a bigger, heavier set lady who's a Ganassi. Kind of got a seafoam green tone to her skin. Just kind of wiping down the bar. Immediately looks up, sees Princess Seergoth. Just kind of puts down the rag. Well, my, didn't expect to see royalty here today.
Well, hopefully it's not the first time. I think my sister's supposed to be here. Have you seen Celia?
She kind of looks around. I thought that was hush, hush. She told me it was hush, hush.
Oh, sorry. Have you seen Celia?
Ooh.
Better?
I got 20 golden shells that says she ain't here.
Can you just point me in the direction? I don't want to play this game. I've kind of been traveling for a while. Where is she? If she wasn't
Intimidation check.
specifically. Oh no.
If she wasn't here, where would she be?
That's a 3.
A 3?
That's good.
You know, times have been tough, your Majesty. Our tavern is not as big as Flux. We don't get a lot of visitors down here. 20 gold goes a long way, but 21 gold? Those shells could buy us maybe another chair or two. If you know what I mean.
Well, surely you're not trying to get money out of a princess. That would be absolutely absurd of you to do. Am I correct?
Oh, your Majesty, I believe you've misunderstood me. No, I'm not trying to get money from you per se. You just, want to know where your sister are, and I might have information. You're not going to arrest me, are you?
Oh, no, arresting is just so easy. I would much rather do this the hard way. So, you can tell me where my sister is, or you can tell me where my sister is, but you're missing a couple pieces of your body.
She kind of looks around, make sure nobody heard that. Oh, the princess! Oh, I thought you meant someone completely different, baby.
Of course.
Yes. She's gonna lift a glass that's on the counter and push a button, and one of the walls on the side is gonna slide. She's in the back room.
I don't like you. And she walks past.
Huh? You know her as Phibia. She owns this tavern with her daughter. So you go into that room with the wall slides. The room is just packed with empty bottles and empty glasses. There's a private little bar, but nobody's standing at it. And just like leaning against the bar. Please describe yourself, Celia, and what you were doing.
So Celia is, a short and stout person, probably about like 4.5 to 5 feet tall, pretty dang buff. And they're just chilling at the bar. They're drinking a mug of ale, and they're just finishing scarfing down a little bit of grilled fish. And as they like throw the bones away to drift off into the water, they reach underneath their tattered pirate coat. And they just rip into another piece of grilled fish.
And immediately you see Celia. Sorry, keep going.
Oh, well, I know that coat anywhere. Lily!
I have more fish, if you want.
Ooh, I would love some, but the sisters are outside and we just shouldn't keep them waiting.
Ah.
You can bring it with you, though. I'm not saying you should leave it here. Don't wait.
You could go on without me. I'm not one for.
I don't think this is a thing we can really opt out of. I think Daddy summoned all of us, and so we all have to come. I came all the way back from Suplin, and you're literally in the kingdom. You have to come. It's not. Just come on.
Okay. She gets up, grabs one more mug of ale, and starts to walk out behind Golf.
Okay, you guys walk out of the sliding door. Whoosh, it shuts behind you. Phibia just... It's good to see you, princesses. Please come back now.
I'll try not to.
I will.
As you exit, all 4 of these sisters are back together.
All right, well, we're all here. We can go home.
Fish, anyone?
Longer than anticipated.
The fish.
It was very dramatic.
The 2 chauffeurs open the doors of the carriage, welcome you guys into this carriage, immediately slap the reins on this seahorse, and you go flying. You go through, sort of looks like an amusement park that you know is the Moonlight Plaza, complete with a sideways bioluminescent Ferris wheel, different games. You pass by the Temple of Waves, the religious temple for all religions, in Azir. Buy some more inns, some shops. You're really in the heart of the city now, and you kind of turn and you go to a very, very famous in Azir jewelry store called Coraline's Jeweler. And as you do, there is a massive crowd. And the carriage kind of stops. Can't get any closer, they're gonna know who you are. So, I believe the last sister's somewhere in there. And I will
do you want?
show you.
Do you want to?
There you go.
Do you want us to get her?
I can go get it.
I like that one.
Well,
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I'm happy to go. I'm quite fast.
Alright, just yell out if you're a little overwhelmed by all the fans.
Sure.
Rissy, do your thing. Just be quick.
And
Do you need a
she's
knife?
gonna take off. I have 3.
4?
I suppose that is more than 3.
There you go.
And how tall are you, Arista?
Like 3'2".
Yeah, so as you step
Very
out of the
tall.
carriage, the average height in this place is about 5 to 6 feet, the average commoner citizen. So as you walk through, you're much shorter than everyone. If Siragoth were to walk through, it would definitely attract a crowd, but there's something about this princess. The crowd just... Okay. So as you walk through, the crowd kind of moving because they feel you bumping into them. You're going through this big crowd up to this jeweler. You see...
I swim faster than they do.
Yes, you're moving way faster. They're all waiting for something. You get close, you can see through the stained glass windows, different lights are going on, like there's a rave inside. And as you kind of get close, you hear an announcement. Ladies and gentlemen of the Azirian Kingdom, presenting the newest shiny line of diamonds. Presented by the crowd favorite. The crowd automatically goes wild and starts cheering low to getting higher. You hear it. Mizu, Mizu, Mizu. The door busts open as bubbles flutter out and lights from behind. You just see a silhouette of a woman who just starts strutting forward. The stairs pop open and become a runway in the middle of the crowd as the crowd moves out. And out walks, adorned in all of this beautiful new jewelry. Please describe yourself, Princess Mizu Minu.
So, Mizu is very tall. She's very slender. She is, I guess, what would be known as Azir is kind of like the normal beauty standard. You know, people look up to her. They look up to her to see what she's wearing, what makeup she's wearing, what seashells she's wearing, what new jewelry is here. She has long, flowing blonde hair that kind of wisps behind her through the water, a light blue skin tone, and every time you see her, she's in a different outfit, different face of makeup, different shoes, different everything. She's got to keep up that you know, rapport that she has and her reputation within the kingdom.
And as the princess that mainly represents inside the kingdom, she is the most famous princess out of all of them here. So the crowd is going wild. Music is blasting, and Mizu Mino is in full catwalk display of this new jewelry. Arista, as you watch her, is there anything you want to do, or you want to finish watching her? Whatever you'd like to do.
I'm gonna swim up very fast and pop up right behind her. Mizu!
Arista, what the hell are you doing here? Can't you see that I'm busy?
I believe you've forgotten that there's somewhere you need to be.
The only place I need to be right now is here. I mean, do you not see all these people? I mean, come on.
But we've been summoned.
Okay, well, that doesn't apply to me. That applies to you guys. I'm busy here doing actual work for the kingdom, as you can see.
Everybody's waiting. You'll be fashionably late. I know how much you love to be fashionably late.
You know, you're right. And it's been so long since I've seen my twin sissy anyway, so fine.
She's waiting in the carriage.
Okay, I'm sold. And Mizu will turn to the rest of the people, you know, the audience that's kind of waiting, and say, I'm so sorry, my people, to cut this short for you, but I will return soon.
Immediately,
Do you have your big shell bag with you?
Yeah.
Arista's gonna climb up in the shell bag.
Yeah, and she's gonna give her a little pat on the head as she puts her into her bag.
You know the man who employed you, who owns this jeweler, Darian Corain, is going to walk up. He's very, slick. He's got this white hair, these glowing blue eyes that must be magical. He's got this fluffy pink button down underneath. He's very wealthy. And he walks up. Mizu, my love, leaving so soon.
Duty calls, I guess, or something like that. I'll be back, though. I'm sorry to cut this short.
Oh, I completely understand. I wouldn't stop the kingdom from summoning their gem. Listen, if you get some time, I want to talk to you about something. I've got a brand new idea of taking our jewelry across the pond, so to speak. I'm thinking Balahu, shard mines. Especially now that, and he leans in really close to your ear, especially now that I've heard that Olivine is gone.
As Mizu hears that, she doesn't let any kind of emotion cross over her face to give anything away, and she just turns to him and says, well, you know my rate. We'll be in touch. And turns to head towards the rest of the sisters.
All right. You and Arista turn, walk to the carriage. They open the door, and you all enter the carriage, and you're all together for the first time in 2 months.
Mizu's immediately gonna yell out, Sissy! With her arms outstretched and head towards Seer to give her a big hug.
Oh, Missy, I've missed you dearly. That's not true. But hello! How are you?
I'm doing amazing, you know. Life in the kingdom here is just magical. It's perfect. And her vision kind of turns to the corner of the car and says, what is that doing here? As she points to Celia.
Alright, well, some of us actually do work. I do know that running the kingdom is so hard since it's already taken care of by Daddy and Mommy Dearest, but some of us, like myself and Celia, have to actually go out and do things, so it's a little harder for us. Play nice.
The carriage whips into speed. The carriage speeds off, and you immediately go in between these pink arches that you know immediately leads to the kingdom, the castle, the palace. As you arrive, all the staff for the palace is present on the steps, creating this giant V leading up to the top, where you see the very muscular, giant white beard hair. Your father, King Thrine. He just has his arms up. And beside him is his beautiful wife, your mother, very decadent. Ornate jewelry, big clothes that kind of go out in spikes. And she's just kind of sitting there, kind of gives this dainty little wave. And standing in between them, around like 4 feet, you recognize your Ganassi brother, Henry. As the carriage pulls up to the side, they open the door. They announce the princesses. Celia, Sirgoth, Mizuminu, Arista, Venfira. Everyone kind of bows, and they lead you as you all start to walk up the steps. As you do, a pink carpet unravels itself down the stairs leading up to the door. As you start to walk up, King Thrine is the first to break formation, just kind of swims down the stairs, not even using the stairs because everything's underwater. My girls!
Ceolia's also running. Like, she starts to dash forward, but she does not go to King Thrine.
Oh, you like swim right past him?
she says, "Oh, she's a daddy!" But then she passes him and she goes to Mom, and she takes a knee in front of her.
Carissa's already at the top of the steps.
As Seer does that too, Mizu mimics her exactly, but doing the same thing with Dad instead of Mom. Running up and saying, Daddy! Hugging Mom, and then looks over at Mom and gives a little eye roll.
Well, good to see you too, Seer. Mizu, how did it go today?
I did so great, Daddy. You would have been so proud of me. I think the whole kingdom was out there.
Oh, I'm always proud of you, my little crustacean. Did you snag anything for Pop?
Not yet. I'll be back. Don't worry.
Don't worry. If I don't get anything, I'll just fire him and take over his whole business.
Oh, that's so like you, Daddy.
You know I'd never do that, but I would. About that time, Seergoth reaches your mother, Arizaline. Hello, beautiful.
She takes the knee in front of her. Mother dearest.
Girl,
I miss you dearly.
Get up.
Ah! And she gives her a hug.
Gives you a big hug. Oh my gosh, turn around, let me look at you.
She kind of spins. Her tentacles and her hair are just like everywhere.
Whew. You know, I told your father not to send you to that turtle-laden land. They got nothing over there, sweetheart. It's just hot sun, and you're the only one out of water. Look at you. You look a little pale.
Well, look at me, the one place out of water, and now the one thing keeping us in the water is gone. Like I'm in the right place at the right time.
Mm-hmm.
Things just work out like that, don't they?
We have a lot to talk about.
We do.
I've missed you.
I missed you.
And who else do we have here besides just Arista? And how was your day?
Oh, it was fine, I suppose. There were lots of books.
Oh, good. And did you keep an eye on Celia?
Well, when I could see her.
What do you mean when you could see her? When could you not see her?
Well, I can't see through walls.
Where did she go, dear?
Out into the kingdom.
Oh. Okay. Celia.
Ha ha ha.
Come here.
What's up, Mimo?
She's immediately gonna grab your head as you get close. She's just going to look at Arista. Behind the walls. These wouldn't happen to be tavern walls, would they, Celia?
I brought fish.
Of course you did. Alright,
Alyssa gonna hold up the carcass of her fish to help.
very nice. Very nice. Everybody inside. Honey.
Oh, yes, thank you everybody for being here today. Glad to see everybody's outside taking a break, but we got people to feed, we got stuff to do, so everybody back indoors. And thank you everybody for watching out there.
There's like hardly anybody. There's like 3 people. Everybody starts moving back into the kingdom. Into the palace, so to speak. As you move inside... Oh, yes. That's the palace. As you guys move inside, there are... you pass through these archways into this big hall. All the servants and cooks and falconers and chamberlain and butlers, everybody's kind of going off in their other directions. Arista, Celia, Mizu, kind of like it was literally 5 minutes ago you were here. But for Siergoth and for Venfira, it's been a while since you've been in the castle.
Thrine says, alright, listen, it's about noon. We're going to have some lunch soon. We can deliver it to your room. Relax. Because in a couple hours, we're all going to have a tea party, and I want to hear all the dirty details.
You want us to wait? Okay.
I'm sorry, dear. Papa's got some things he's got to take care of.
And he's going to hold a Riesling close. Don't you be doing that in front of them.
We just need a little alone time to talk about diplomatic strategies.
Overtaking certain lands. You are filthy. You are one filthy bitch.
You guys are gross.
Wow, we all didn't need to be here for literally any of that, but thank you for allowing us to be your humble audience. I suddenly don't want to be here anymore. I'm going to retire to my room.
All right. He's going to basically give everybody their space, and he's going to meet up with you in a couple hours. So now that you're in the palace, feel free to do whatever you would like.
The book.
We have our first rooter point by.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes, Arista finds the book. Redeemed by.
All right, thank you. So someone just redeemed rooter points on Twitch, and the thing is Arista receives a book. So Arista, before you head out, Horizon Lane says to just go. I'll meet you in a second.
All right, well, don't take too long.
Arista, can I speak to you for a moment?
Yes, Mother?
She's kind of going to take you away, kind of in between rooms into like a passing hallway where it's just you two. She's kind of get down on her knees, kind of lean against the wall. Sit with me, dear.
She goes over and just kind of stands there.
I just want to tell you how proud I am of you. Your sisters are out here fighting wars and creating diplomatic ties, selling jewelry. There's a lot going on, and I know there hasn't been a lot for you. I know you're quite comfortable in the library, but I just want to let you know that your father and I really appreciate you. And things are about to change drastically. I'm gonna need you to look after your other sisters. Because believe it or not, I think you really get the brains of this family.
Well, that's quite impossible, seeing as we don't share any DNA.
That's right. And I know that's kind of a touchy subject for you, so as things change and things get difficult, I want you to remember this is home. We are your family. Okay?
Okay, Mother.
Your father and I never told you the story of when we found you. I know we've told you little details. You were all alone. It was cold. But we found something with you. And she's going to reach into a big pocket on her outfit and pull out this book about this size. It looks like it's been underwater for a long time. It's kind of messed up. It's kind of falling apart. But it's a children's picture book. And at the front, you're immediately going to recognize a little axolotl folk child. Doesn't look like you.
Alyssa, reaches out and to grab it.
This was with you when we found you.
This looks like me.
It does look like
Is
you.
this me?
Well, I'm not sure, but whatever it is, that is... Whatever happened to your family, your original family, they left that with you. Maybe it meant something to you, or maybe there's some meaning yet to be discovered.
Thank you, Mother.
You're welcome, dear. Okay, well, I've got to go before your father has a conniption. But, relax and we'll see you at the tea party, okay?
I'll be in the library. She scuttles away.
Okay. Anyone else? It's free time.
Here. Oh,
Celia's gonna hit the bar.
Immediately going up the stairs, a couple flights of stairs, or the elevator, because there are 2 elevators. There's a service elevator.
I'm
and
taking the elevator.
whoa.
as you get in, leaning against the wall, doing that whole button push thing. You make your way up to the floor with the princess's bedrooms, and you know if you go down the hallway to the left, all the way to the back, before you get to your room is the private bar, which you are the main user of. As you walk into the bar, immediately you lock eyes with a beautiful Ganassi bartender, Harriet, and I'll put her on the screen
Harriet.
for everybody to see.
Harriet.
She just
You look stunning today.
gets all giddy. I feel like I haven't seen you in days, but it's literally been hours.
I know. I feel like it's been minutes. I run up and I hug her. All right. Do you have any specials? Have you been mixing anything up for me?
Oh, yes. They brought me an octopus the other day, and I've been squeezing that thing for 3 days straight. Now, it looks gross, and she's going to hand you this glass that's a black bubbling ooze that's like sparkles coming off of it. I believe that's my hair. I think it's delicious. I mixed it with a little kombucha.
Okay. I'll let you. Let's go.
Slide it right to you.
Takes it and probably downs it in one go. It doesn't even consider the taste.
Your
Why
Majesty,
would-
that's like 2 sips will get you drunk.
I spit a little bit out.
Okay, tell me, your sisters are back. Do they look different? Are they beat up?
I wish they were beat up.
You are bad.
You're bad.
No, you are.
No, you okay? But no, normal, the worst. Yeah, I saw Arista. She got a coaster. I think just recently. I saw as I was walking away. So maybe she'll test it out at some point.
Maybe that
she
sounds
comes
interesting.
back. I think so. It had a picture of her on it. It was like a custom-made coaster. It was cute.
Oh, that's adorable. She's kind of
Yeah.
leaning in very, very close. Can I ask you something? Between us. I heard the news.
Yeah.
Is it true?
Yeah. Is what's true?
About Olivine?
Did you hear?
No. I heard he's dead.
Oh, sure.
So it's true.
Yeah.
I heard he got eaten by a dwarf.
2, 3 dwarves.
Three.
He's a big
dwarves?
guy, isn't he? Yeah.
Oh,
He has sharp teeth. I saw it.
I mean, I've only seen drawings of him because he don't come down to the water, big old scaredy dragon. 3 dwarves. Did they cook him at least?
Why would they cook them? You know, it'd be meaner to just eat them raw.
I tell you, dwarves are nasty. They are nasty people.
You know, they can eat just about anything, though, so... This is strong. This is strong.
You already feeling it, girl?
I felt it about 2 minutes ago. I'm starting to drink it.
You be careful, that'll take your octopus. Alright, I'm gonna clean up. I might have more people. Who am I kidding? It's just you, girl. But listen,
yeah.
if it's true, come talk to me later. I have an idea.
Okay.
I'm trying to bust
You're
out
the
here.
you're the idea person, so
Yeah.
yeah.
You good?
I'm just gonna go to the bathroom real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll be good.
Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, definitely.
You look like you're about to hurl.
Do we use the left or the right number?
The left if you're doing the 2 numbers.
Okay,
And I'll change it where
I think-
audience can see it. There we go. Alright, you got 14.
I think, yeah.
Okay, so it kind of starts to come up, but you are able to hold it in time to get to the bathroom.
Cool, I book it.
Okay.
Amen.
Anyone else?
Sorry?
Is anyone else?
Yeah.
Oh, it's just waiting for somebody to talk.
Oh.
Yeah. It's like, huh?
Yeah.
Celia is headed back to her room. She's expecting to be met by her servant Leo, with her pufferfish, her normal thing. So she heads there, back to her room, and kind of like, does she see him? Question mark.
Yes, Filio is leaning against the wall. He is a very handsome water ganassi. He is just anxiously like twiddling his fingers. Immediately sees you, kind of brushes himself off. Your Majesty.
It's been so long. There's no need for such formalities, Leo. Just relax. You're stressing me out.
I'm sorry, it's been a couple months. You look fantastic.
Well, thank you. I always do. And as she comes in, she has had this like these tails are like lashing out and pulling her through the water. She has this hair that's kind of like floating up. But she enters her room and it kind of like all just calms down. Her tail's kind of like wrap into one long tail. Her hair is like one braid, and she just like is like in a moment of just like kind of like tranquility. She's like, "Where's the puffer fish? It's been such a day."
Oh, he's in your room. See.
Oh, okay.
He grabs the doorknob and opens the door for you, and you walk into your beautiful princess room.
I love the nets. I love what I did with the place. It's just so homey.
On your bed is a pufferfish asleep.
She heads over towards the bed and she like picks it up and hands it to Leo. You know, I don't want to have to do it. And she like waits to receive the hit.
You just hear the pufferfish. Oh, of course. And what exactly would you like him to do?
Like, how does this work?
The pufferfish kind of like expands and he just kind of squeezes it. He has to like be delicate not to like stab himself, and he squeezes it out, and like the toxin that it releases like gets you high. And so he like kind of like it's like a shotgun. Like he's like pushing out, and she's like inhaling the toxins that will get her elevated.
Where
into
she
sorts.
needs to be.
He kind of like just kind of gently shuffles the pufferfish in the water, and it kind of floats out of his hand. And he kind of sits in the bed as you're getting this rush of high in your head. And he just slides one hand onto your leg and looks at his hand.
You know, I come back from raising an army, you know, secretly like Daddy asked me to, and then I see my sister showing off diamonds, and she has the nerve to say that she's done something today.
I mean, everyone's missed you, Seer.
I know.
Your sisters are just doing what they're instructed to do from your parents.
We all just do what we're told to do, but sometimes you have to aspire to do more, to be more. But that's just not for everybody, I guess.
Tempa,
More
I've
Papa.
missed you.
missed you too. I've been working literally since I've left. That's all I do when I'm not here is work. So I enjoy this moment before the storm that comes. I'm sure you've heard. Everyone has seemed to have heard.
Oh, right. So it's true.
Oh, it's true, all right. The Olivine is no more.
That's incredible. Is it true how it happened? He was simply ran over by a snow sled?
I assume that's not what I've heard.
That's not what you've heard.
Who have you been talking to? Because that just sounds absolutely outlandish. A snow sled ran over. I don't think he goes outside. He's so scared of everything.
The staff has been talking, and there's some wild theories going around, but what's important is you're safe, and you're here in one piece. And he's just kind of put a hand on your cheek. I've been so lonely without you.
Well, I'm glad you missed me. I've been very busy, and I'm about to get even more busy because, as you know, now that Olivine is gone, I have so much more to do. The land is no longer, off limits. I just got to convince Daddy that we can do this, and then I can start my expansion for Exir. We're going to land. Oh.
So you want to go and land even more?
There's literally nothing stopping us. This is the perfect time to do it.
He kind of takes his hand back. How long will you be gone?
Well, I guess I just won't be doing this reconnaissance. I expect to be leading the push, so I guess until I come back.
Oh.
But I need approval and all the bureaucracies of it all, so I just can't really say what's gonna happen, so I just don't know yet. I need Daddy's approval. I need to talk to Vinfira later.
Of course. Would you like me to retrieve your sister?
Oh, no. Not right now. This is still relaxing time. This is all good. We're having fun. More pufferfish.
He's just going to grab it from the air and start squeezing. We'll zoom over. And what is Vinfira doing?
Vinfira immediately went not to go relax at all. She immediately went to find, basically her servants that kind of help her with her day-to-day stuff when she actually is in the kingdom. Immediately back to work.
Knowing Vinfira, there's probably about 4 servants outside your door wait on your every whim and desire. They're all standing there. Give a bow as you enter. May we do anything for you, Princess Vinfira?
Yes, can you please update me on the status of the General Code 15713, the zoning law that we had been putting into motion the last few months?
Yes, the king has passed the zoning law. Unfortunately, the shark folk must be involved with all current travel, meaning in the currents. We've had a lot of citizens try to take the currents by themselves and have faced quite a bit of death. So the zoning law has passed, and it is now a requirement in the kingdom, if one is to leave into the currents, they must use shark folk leaders. For everyone's safety.
I suppose that is for the best, thank you. Has there been any other developments as of late that I need to know of? I'm sure there have been at least a couple. I know that the zoning law was the big one that we really had to worry about, but...
They all kind of look at each other. Well, the usual small things here and there, which I'm sure your father will catch you up on, but, there has been one development that we're hoping you could shed some light on.
She kind of, waves them, into her room as she, passes them and enters.
Alright, that servant tells the other servants to wait here, and they shut the door. This is a female. We've been hearing rumors of a great new era beginning, specifically through the death of Olivine.
You would be correct in that.
So it is true.
Indeed. The rumors have been spreading far faster than I imagined, but what can you do in a kingdom such as this?
So, is it true then he was sucked in someone's eye?
That's not what I've heard, is it? It is.
Sucked right into an eye socket.
Well, I do believe that is what I've heard myself.
Oh my Lanta. Sorry, Scott's coughing. How is that possible?
Gods know.
Well, does this mean some of us might lose our jobs? Is the kingdom going to split? We're all very worried.
Please calm yourself. First off, you all, my personal servants, of course, you all are not going anywhere. I kind of need all of you, as much as I hate to admit it. You do so much for me. Thank you. I feel I should say that more often. Thank you. And of course, the kingdom will not be splitting. You really think I would have it just go everywhere like that? If I had it my way, we wouldn't be split at all. We'd have everything would just be here, centralized, but you know, never quite have it my way.
We zoom out of the bedroom, past Celia's room, where we hear violent throwing up in the bathroom. We go by that bedroom all the way to Mizu Minu. Please tell us what you are doing, Mizu.
So as soon as our dad dismissed us, she raises her hands and snaps her fingers twice, and all of a sudden her makeup and gills team comes over, and they are going to help her get ready for the after party for the fashion show, because, you know, kind of like a mix and mingle time after the show, because Mizu's thinking to herself, I can't believe I got called here for this bullshit. I could be doing my job right now. But anyways, as she turns to her crew of makeup and gill people, she goes, okay, let's head to my room. I need to check on Ganon anyways. And she starts like swimming that way towards her room.
There is a parade of 8 servants helping, walking behind you, just trying to keep up with the extra bubbles, making sure that you're away, going through their makeup bags, making sure they have the one for the right day, making sure everything is in order. You get into your bedroom, they shut the door, they're all getting brushes and pads, getting ready to basically transform you into your next outfit and look for the day. And on your bed, snuggled up asleep, is a cute little, maybe platter-sized sea turtle asleep.
Mizu walks up to him and goes, hi, baby, and starts kind of scrubbing his shell with her fingertips a little bit, kind of petting him.
Just kind of lets out a big yawn, little bubble floats out of its mouth.
And as he wakes up, she's gonna pick him up and kind of take him over to her chair with her. So as she's, you know, getting trimmed and pampered, she's gonna be scrubbing and waxing the turtle shell because she knows that she'll be bringing Ganon with her out later.
A hand comes into screen with a bowl of scrub, and another one comes in with a brush. You take both of those to begin waxing Ganon, your pet sea turtle, and hands are coming basically out of nowhere, fixing up. As you're fixing Ganon up, people are pulling back your hair and braiding it and brushing it. Someone's applying I guess it would be waterproof makeup, basically redoing you and actually trying to put pieces onto your outfit and taking some of your outfit off. You don't even have to take it above your head. All your outfits are made in a certain way where you don't even have to move, including your shoes. So your foot can be on the ground and a shoe can come together from 2 pieces onto your foot.
And she is being kind of bitchy to the servants, I will point that out. You know, as they're like tugging on her hair, she's like, ow, fuck, not that tight. And ow, keep that out of my eyes, are you kidding me?
I'm sorry, Your Majesty. They're well aware of your bitchiness. They're all. If you were to look at any of their faces, you'd see. That's not true. That's their face, and then when you look at it, it's.
That's better. Thank you.
They all kind of give each other looks as you just sit in your basic throne chair as they are doing all of your makeup and outfit. We zoom past there, go into this 2-story library, go up the steps to this kind of like secluded corner that's kind of an area for Arista, even though she runs the entire library and has her own bedrooms. Arista, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm probably enthralled with this book my mother has just given me. Does it have any words?
It has like 4 or 5 words a page. It's a story of little axolotl folk that the whole point of their existence is to hide. They see a big scary whale, they hide in the cave. They see a shark, they hide. They see a scary demonic looking land walker, they hide. And on one page, seems to be the cleanest, but it has like the edges are more worn down, like almost maybe this is the page that was grabbed the most, held the most, is a picture of that little axolotl folk on an island, hiding inside of a big rock that looks like a devil head. And go ahead and roll me a history check.
That is a 17.
Ooh. So this is kind of a fantasy book. It's obviously made for children, but you've heard of a rock that looks like a devil head. You believe your mom told a story at a dinner one night, maybe a couple months ago, about these explorers on the Causey Islands, and they were talking about a devil rock. But that's all you know. Causey Islands, a devil rock.
Hey. By the way, she's actually hiding up in a rafter right now. So.
Perfect. About that time, Celia's bathroom door's knocked on. Servant walks in. The servants take. Yep. Your Majesty, you've been in here for a couple of hours. It's time for the tea party. Would you like some pearl ointment?
What?
I'm sorry, Your Majesty. Anything you need, please let us know. Should we tell your father you will not be joining for the tea party due to your...
No, it's fine. It's... Oh, boy, the back end of that hits you hard. Whoa.
One servant is in the library calling out for Arista, wherever she may be.
I'll be out in a second.
The servants are all now leading Mizu out of her bedroom. Filio just kind of nods at Seer. Well, Your Majesty, I look forward to hearing what's going to happen in your future. Kind of disappointed look on his face. Kind of opens the door for you.
In that time, I have been adorning him in these pearls. Seer herself does not dress up. She's always in, like, battle armor, but she, like, always brings Leo with her. So she's like, this is me being pretty. Like, this is my wealth. He like, has all these, like, pearls on him, and he's, like, just, like, decked out in, like, fancy things. And she's like, well, there's always something to do when you're a princess. There's never really a day off. It's kind of just in your DNA, but there's always going to be time for us. You can always come with me. You don't have to stay here. It's always your choice. It's just kind of dangerous.
Oh, well, let's see what happens, and I mean, perhaps I wouldn't want to upset your family. My family's been serving your family for generations.
Why change? Why fix what's not broken?
It's true.
Come on.
I would do anything for you, Seer.
That's the kind of loyalty we all aspire to have in our followers.
The servants are all taking all the princesses through the palace and lead them to one of the bigger ballrooms that has been made up with a tea party. As you guys all walk in, stumbling in, Celia, you
remember the drunk talk.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
We just got a weirder thing.
Huh?
Celia remembers a drunk talk redeemed by Dancing Wolf.
That's Michael.
Okay.
Thank you, Michael
Yes.
Williams.
So many murder points he can't use because he's always playing.
Okay, as you're walking into this tea party, Celia, a servant's kind of helping you walk in. Even though you don't want the help, I guess, like, you still keep stumbling and they're trying to keep you from bashing into the coral walls. You have this flashback to the bar you were just at. And there was a gentleman in there. And he was talking about... and this gentleman was a shark folk. And he was talking about how something big is going to happen on Shark Food Island. The 4 tribal leaders, one of them he doesn't think is going to last long. And he says, good riddance. But keep it hush-hush. No one's supposed to know.
I'd like to say too, as we're heading into the room, Mizu's gonna notice that Celia is struggling because she's drunk and that she needs help. So Mizu's gonna walk over and attempt to like trip Celia on the way in.
Celia,
Rough.
dexterity saving throw.
Gladly.
And actually, disadvantage.
Who needs friends games like this?
Yeah.
However, Arista spots this and pops up on the other side so she can give a little help so that she can balance out that disadvantage.
All right, so no longer disadvantage, just straight regular.
It's an 11.
It's an 11. You do trip. You don't bust your face, but you're definitely going to stumble and hit that table, and the glasses and stuff are all going to fall. You almost rip the whole sheet or tablecloth that's kind of floating.
These look really nice. Whoa, are these new?
Mizu's gonna laugh a little bit under her breath as she does that, and she's gonna go, "Typical bastard child," as she goes to take her seat.
Ouch.
All right. Oh, here we go. All right, people are going to start coming into the room. You're going to recognize them. Butler Fredroko, Chamberlain Greta. There's a squire, stable master, basically a bunch of people. They're here just to say hello. A couple of them are going to leave. But as your father and your mother enter, I'm going to put onto this map that you're going to see. So you're going to see... this is going to be kind of a second for me to put everybody on here. So you're going to see your mother, your father. You're going to see Bubbles, who you recognize from that little bubble message.
We love Bubbles.
You're going to see the butler, Fredroko. And as we play more, we'll explore what your relationship was. And who else is going to say? Stuart Jackal, since he runs basically the entire kingdom. And you're going to see Cook Begeezy. Cook Begeezy is going to start bringing treats and teas to the table. You know Cook Begeezy is a mute. He's a very happy man. He's just putting stuff onto the table.
All right, let's get down to brass tacks. Bubbles, as I talk here, I want you to make sure I stay on track. You know, you're the only one that has a right to talk shit to old Papa, so let's keep the brand going.
I don't think I'll have any problem telling you where you're wrong, Your Majesty.
Very good. Now, what are y'all fighting? You push somebody into a table?
Celia tripped. She's so clumsy.
I thought I was pushed. I must have tripped.
Mother speaks up. Celia, if you must indulge in your drink, can you please not do it before an important debriefing?
Well, Celia wouldn't be here if it wasn't for your indulging, Arizaline. So let's keep this on task, please. Thank you.
Burn.
Wow, let's not forget that if one of us looks bad, we all look bad. All right.
Arizaline
all
just
look bad.
looks at King Thrine. All right, that is enough.
Well,
I love being home.
All right,
off
ladies,
to a great start.
let's keep this cordial. All right, we're all in this together. Now, Seargoth, Vinfira, they have been off on very important diplomatic duties. Everyone's got their job. All right? Celia takes
Some
care.
more important than others, yes. Looks at Mizu.
Mizu's not even paying attention. Mizu's like over here looking at her new ring, like looking at her nails to make sure they look good for the after party later.
Appropriate.
All right, you little squids. I want details. What's going on? We're going to start with the drunk.
Arizaline hits him.
I'm just kidding.
It's the truth.
All right, what's going on at Sharkfruit Island?
It's good. It's all good. Everyone's happy there. Everyone's real good.
Good.
There's sort of a bit of a golden age for them, kind of. They're all happy there. Everybody, the business is booming. You know, they have a lot of
Good.
food. The reef, beautiful this time of year. It's just blossoming. And you know, when the reef is happy, the shark folk are happy.
Right.
The only real disagreements that they have over there are like who can drink who under a table. You know, like who has a prettier garden. Nothing really important. As far as our relationship stands, it's good as long as there's symbiosis there. They're busy, like showing people the ways through the currents, so they don't necessarily have the time or means to protect their reefs, or.
So they're still concerned with the reef.
Well, they're always concerned.
Right.
Excuse me. They're always concerned about the reef.
Right.
But as long as like we send a few people every so often to like help them out with that,
Right.
we can. They're more than happy to help us out.
Right. Celia, can you do me a favor, darling?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
open your mouth and take 2 big gulps of the water around you for me.
Okay. Yeah. You swallow them. Gotcha.
Swallow it whole, salt and all. All right. Thank you.
Kind of looks at Rizaline. She kind of gives him a look.
We've had a random problem.
A random problem.
We've had a random problem, and we also have Mizu attracts a scene. So we've had 2 things redeemed. One by She's KDB and one by T Nasty.
Perfect.
I feel like I already caused a scene.
Okay, so random problem. So one of the servants walks in that was helping Mizu. Your Majesty, I hate to interrupt, but there's...
What?
She kind of looks at the king, and
King looks back. Darling, I think she was talking to me. All right, I'll handle this. Don't worry. You look stressed. What is it?
we have found something in your daughter's room.
Where's daughter?
Oh boy.
Princess Mizuminu.
Thank God.
Not in my room. Are you kidding me? You sure Celia's ass and put it in there?
Well, what is it?
It seems to be... Well, it is for your majesty to decide. They're going to hand him a piece of paper and he's going to look at it.
Arista's all of a sudden popped over his shoulder.
Thea's also leaning in. She's like, what's the...
Interesting. Who else knows about this?
Whatever it is, Daddy, I didn't do it, I promise.
I know, sweetums. I'll get to the bottom of this. Don't you tell any of the other servants about this.
Sorry, your majesty, but it was the other servants that found it and brought it to my attention.
So who knows about it?
I believe around this time probably the entire palace knows about it.
Oh, my temper. Alright. Mizu, after this, we need to talk, darling.
Yeah, we definitely need to talk, Daddy, because I want all of my makeup team and Gil's team fired, and I want them replaced.
Oh, darling.
Because apparently, I have people snooping in my room.
And I'm going to reprimand them for that. That is wrong. But darling,
Thank you, Daddy.
we can't fire our entire staff. I mean, they've been with us for generations. You have to understand that, darling.
Fine, Daddy. Well, I want them all replaced. At least switched out for new ones.
What about this? I'll fire one a month until they're all gone. That gives me time to find replacements.
Thank you, Daddy.
You're welcome, sweetheart. You,
Yes, your honor.
you're fired.
What? Your honor, I simply...
I said you're fired. You don't want to talk back to me. Please leave.
Yes, your majesty. Thank you for your time.
Go on.
Arise. Right, Pete, you can't just fire the staff.
We'll talk about this later. All
Daddy,
right.
what have we talked about reinforcing bad behavior? Think of the example you're setting.
I think we're getting off topic.
Knock, knock, knock at the door. He opens the door. It's like 15 servants.
Oh, what now?
Well, we've all heard and we're all concerned about what was found in Mizuminu's room.
I cannot get the scene right now, okay? I'm trying to have an important diplomatic mission.
But, sir, if it is true, we're all in mortal danger.
Oh, let's not be dramatic. All right, Celine, shut the door. All right, everybody.
Let's see.
We need to focus. All right?
Would Arista have been able to read or know what was on that paper?
Roll me a perception check.
You got it.
Come on, nosy one.
It's a lie.
That's a dirty 20.
A dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Okay, so it is a letter, contract, so to speak, like a secret contract written in Aquan. Do you speak Aquan? I think.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
That would have sucked. You got a dirty 20, you couldn't read it.
Yeah.
It is from Dorian, the guy that you just saw who owns Coraline's jeweler, and it is a plan for Mizu and for Darian to find ways to put the other jewelers out of business, doing some shady dealings, some shady things, and things that are quite illegal in the kingdom. And Mizu has clearly signed it.
Mizu's simply planning a monopoly.
Monopoly?
Arista! Listen,
That sounds illegal.
True.
It very much is, I assure you.
all right,
I knew she was evil.
girls, let's refocus, okay? Now, the question at hand.
I think the question at hand is, which one of these girls is going to get punished for their dirty deeds? I'm looking at you, Mizu.
Bubbles!
Yeah, Bubbles is gonna be next in line, Daddy, please. Thank you.
Someone said it.
Gosh.
No, we keep Bubbles.
All right, we're gonna skip Mizu, or we're gonna move on. Arista, what's happening?
The library has books.
That's my girl. All right, Vinfira, what have we learned with our most
Well,
evil?
Vinfira kind of stands up. She has like one of those like flippy paper things that they have like for office presentations.
You're always prepared.
She has one of those ready. Well, in the wake of the fall of Olivine, which I find is no secret to anyone nowadays.
Olivine is fallen?
Oh yes, let's all act surprised. Wow, Olivine is fallen.
Oh,
He was eaten by
Yes.
3 dwarves.
All right, fine, we all know, but listen. There's a reason we all know. One of you two let the information slip. I'm gonna let this one slide because this is a glorious day. But just be careful who you talk to next time. I mean, this made it all the way across the Silver Seas.
Missy.
I mean, why do we even care about the fact that this Olivine dude is dead? Okay, why does that matter to us?
Sweet.
He's never come here before.
Sweetheart, this is a huge deal. Let me explain to you. We all have heard the stories of Olivine. Not many of us have ever seen him, okay? He's afraid of the water. But when he's out on the land, he is evil, okay? He has stopped kingdoms from rising up. He has stopped businesses. He has killed countless people on land. Regardless of what we think about the landwalkers, he is no good. And everyone deserves a fair chance at first, right?
yes.
Right.
That's what we taught you. Well, now that he's gone, the mermaids don't have a leader. Eudothia is pretty much on its own, and that means the land we can explore. There's so many opportunities. There's so much we can do. All right, now let's let Vinfira continue. Go ahead, Vinfira.
We also have a main player advantage that's been redeemed by Bendale.
Perfect. Thank you, Bendale.
One day.
As I was saying about Eudothia, a portion of the refugees in the post-Olivine world, if you will, seeking out somewhere, anywhere, really, that isn't, how you say, a war zone in ruins. The Arctic is probably their best bet according to my calculations if they can stand the water, though during this time, it seems as though someone has taken hold of their food supply and become a sort of de facto ruler of these refugees. Meanwhile, others in this kingdom are running wild with newfound independence and spreading further mayhem. There's banditry on one current and just outright murder on another. The others, seems that half of them are unsure how to even carry on, continue life as it was, as best they can without an actual leader.
Well, we don't mind taking in refugees as long as it's, at an easy pace. Perhaps we can work something up to help this transition. As far as them living in the Arctic, that makes sense. They've blocked us from entering the Arctic for countless years. Overall, from my side of it, this looks like a positive thing. Would you say yes?
I agree.
concur, though I worry about status bringing refugees into the kingdom proper. If we do it too quickly, it would be very... She kind of glances at Mizu. It'd be quite a scandal, I feel.
Interesting.
I heard Olivine was blown away by a tornado.
Yes, that. How did it happen? I also heard that.
From my knowledge, he was sucked into an eye.
Come again?
He was sucked into an eye socket.
I heard that he was eaten by 3 dwarfs.
Of course you did, Celia. But Vinfira's right. He was sucked.
I saw it. I saw it happen.
Celia, shut the hell up. No, you didn't.
Girls,
I did too.
Listen. As the only princess who's been on land, Seer, what have you heard?
I've also heard that he got sucked into an eyeball, but I mean, that's all I know. I've heard little rumors that it was a very tiny couple who did it, but I don't know. It kind of reminds me of that legend about those weird people who visited Shark Food Island long ago, but that's all I've gotten. I don't know much, but I do agree that the eye hole story sounds, while absolutely ridiculous, accurate. I don't really question my blessings. So.
Perhaps we should get some confirmation before we make any decisions, my darling.
That's a good point. We do need to take time to make sure these allegations are true. We would hate to make any sudden moves and then be side-doozled by Olivine. Alright, well, there's more to talk here about the merfolk. Vinfira, thank you for that. I imagine the Tritons are going to have an easier time fighting against the merfolk. Makes me think we can lessen our presence with the Azerian command.
Indeed. According to my calculations and all of the studious work I've done on the matter, I believe we can reduce our forces by a solid 10% without any repercussions whatsoever.
10%? Well, those can be directed, possibly to let in refugees. We also have a little bit of crime we're trying to doozle out in the kingdom. But overall, what am I saying, girls? This is a positive. Thank you, Vinfira, sweetheart.
Mizu raises her hand and she
Yes.
says, I keep hearing this word refugee. Can somebody explain that to me?
Oh, yes, I'd be glad to explain it to her.
Alright, Bubbles, give it a shot.
That means when people are lost and they need somewhere to go, even though they're going where they're not from or where they belong, we take them out of the goodness of our heart. You know, goodness of heart, something you don't have, princess, because you're a cruel individual.
No. There's not going to be any refugees in my kingdom. You're talking about Tritons, like this one over here coming into my kingdom? No.
Oh, yes, and I heard a rumor that they were going to specifically put all the Tritons, refugees, and Tritons, and everyone else in your bedroom.
Daddy, do something about him.
Alright, Bubbles, go scrub a toilet. Alright, you're done.
Sorry, Your Majesty. I am so sorry, Princess Mizuminu. It's so good to see you again. Though, you have a slight twang to your scent.
Bubbles, get the hell out!
Seer looks at Bubbles and gives him a wink, and she's like, that was a good one.
Darling, don't worry, he's next on the list, I promise you.
Thank you, Daddy.
I will not let anybody, even the court jester, talk to my precious pearl like that.
Oh, boy. He's just stable with thinking.
Celia, do another gulp. Alright, Seer, what's going on with our favorite sand dwellers?
Well, things have been going absolutely about average, as you've requested. I've not gotten too personal with it. I've stayed back and I've let the refugees do what they want. I know you don't want us to have an overwhelming command of them, and so I've kind of been a shadow advisor, as been advised by Mother, and so I've kind of let them do what they want. But them and Van Greech have been in absolute conflict since it started, and I would just love for you to give me the approval to finish it. Especially now that Olivine is dead, this is a great time for Azir to make its landward expansion. Wouldn't we all agree? She goes around the table.
But that would be suggesting ending one war with the merfolk and entering another with the Warforged. Is that wise?
Indeed. I believe splitting our forces in such a way would be very unwise.
Well, let's just keep it clear that a war is different than a battle, Daddy, and those are both battles. There's no Olivine backing the mermaids now.
That is true.
The merfolk now, and so they're just annoyances. And it sounds like, according to Vinfira, correct me if I'm wrong, that if we just give them a little bit of time, they'll just kill themselves. So,
Darling,
Well, that would not be preferable.
can I speak to
Why?
you for a moment?
Yeah, one moment over here. This. Keep going.
and why would that not be preferable? Our enemies are no longer our enemies because they are dead, and we can move on to new things. Correct?
I believe that we could move forward for a more peaceful situation that does not require the death of hundreds of thousands of innocents. Mostly innocents.
I would typically agree with you if all of those people had not aligned themselves with a genocidal maniac who was trying to kill us and has been for a while. Perhaps I'm biased, but just
Times when
What
you
if
have
we-
such a leader in charge, it is safer to go the easy path. Perhaps they were just protecting themselves. Or
We could
perhaps
just.
they had worms in their ears.
I like worms in their ears. They can protect themselves with us.
That is true. We have to watch out for the earworms.
I think that we could just ask everyone if they're good or bad.
I do
And
believe
sort
that
of-
given
sort 'em out.
time, we could definitely do a trial run with at least a sector of refugees and see how they integrate into the kingdom.
All right. Let's take a
I'm
quick
very-
break. I'm going to talk to your mother for a little bit. Go ahead, relax. I've planned some massages for you all. We're going to meet back here in an hour.
And with that, we're going to take a 10-minute bathroom break so our viewers at home can use the bathroom and our players can use the bathroom. Stay
And
with
so
us,
our
guys.
parents can bone again, probably.
Hey, you hush it. We'll be right back for a much shorter part 2 for episode 1. Thank you, everybody. See you in just a minute. From the tribal jungles of Colbrador,
to the bioluminescent wilds of Lemuria.
From the intersection of the material and the Fey Plains in the Quiet Highlands.
To the depths of the Silver Seas.
Welcome to the adventures in Silvernell.
In this thrilling Dungeons and Dragons Live actual play web series, prepare to embark on a journey filled with magic,
Conspiracy.
dreams,
Nightmares.
Politics.
Gods.
Dinosaurs.
and so much more.
we have curated an immersive world that will transport you to realms beyond your imagination.
On Into the Expanse, follow 3 courageous heroes on a perilous diplomatic mission across the magical barrier that separates Lemuria from Greater Silvernell.
What begins as a simple relations missive soon becomes entangled in a web of intrigue, daring rescue missions, and the emergence of an unknown blight.
Will our heroes overcome the challenges ahead?
And protect the fragile balance between the continent's 2 halves?
But that's not all.
Prepare to dive into the enchanting depths of Princesses of Power.
Delve into the lives of the brave and resourceful daughters of the Azir Kingdom as they navigate the hidden intricacies of life beneath the sea.
As they strive to maintain order and harmony, they soon find themselves faced with unexpected threats and treachery.
Will the princesses rise to the occasion and safeguard their kingdom from the shadows lurking below?
Join us on this extraordinary journey as we unravel the mysteries of Silvernell.
A world brimming with adventure, danger, and the limitless potential of the human imagination.
Our live sessions will captivate you and entertain you, immersing you in a fantastical realm unlike any other.
By becoming a patron, you'll gain exclusive access to behind-the-scenes content, early access to bonus content and merchandise, character insights, and a chance to influence the story through interactive polls and Q&As.
Your support will help us continue creating quality episodes for your consumption, expanding the world of Silvernell, and delivering unforgettable experiences for our dedicated community.
So, fellow adventurers, ready your spells, sharpen your blades, and prepare to join us on the adventures in Silvernell.
Together, we will forge remarkable tales and embark on historic quests that will leave a mark on our heart and shape the destiny of a wondrous realm.
Welcome to the family, and as always, gratitude.
Hey, yo, chill.
All right, everybody, welcome back. I hope you had a good bathroom break and enjoyed our little commercial there. When we had just left, all the princesses went to get massages. Before we all come back into the tea room, King Thrine is going to pull to the side his spoiled daughter, Mizu Minu.
I want to talk to you for a bit, darling. Is that okay?
Daddy, I genuinely don't know what anybody is talking about. I didn't do anything, I promise.
I understand, dear. I believe you. There's some shady people everywhere you go, but we need to talk about this. This is your signature, correct?
Mizu's gonna kind of like lean in and look at it and go, I mean,
She know how to write
it
this?
looks like it, but it's definitely not mine. I mean, it looks like somebody almost tried to copy my signature.
Well, look, I'm gonna have to convince some people that it wasn't you just for optics. So why don't we indulge them, do this just for Papa? Why don't you go ahead and do your signature on this piece of paper, and we'll show everyone they're not the same. Do you need a quill?
Alyssa is right there. She has one.
A quill?
Mizu shakes her head no and goes, "Thank you, Arista, I'm okay." And reaches into her pocket and pulls out like a stamp where she has her her name. It says Mizu with like a heart, almost like a Disney princess signature, and she picks it up and stamps it down on the paper.
Just confirm my theory that she can't actually write her name.
I can read, I just can't write, okay?
Well, I mean, it looks slightly different. You have a heart in your name. This one doesn't have a heart. I think this is empirical evidence, but the question remains, who put this in your room, and why are they trying to frame you for this?
Daddy, that's easy. You know it was Celia. She has it out for me. I don't know what I ever did to deserve her to treat me that way.
Darling,
and she, as a single tear slides down that she forces out.
Everything's alright. Let's not go ahead and throw our sisters under the coral carriage just yet. I mean, between you and me, we know Celia's never wrote down more than 4 sentences in her life. I think the only thing she's ever written was total and tip. Right?
Yeah, and check that home.
I mean, that makes sense, but who else could have access to my room besides the servants?
Alright, well look. Papa's got a mental image this paper. Why don't you take this paper and you look it over? Maybe you can find some clues and give you something to do.
Mizu nods her head and starts walking back to her room so she can maybe investigate to see if anyone that could have possibly been in there might have left anything behind.
Alright, well we're gonna start the meeting. Just come back when you want to, sweetheart, alright?
She's gonna nod with no intention of ever going back to that meeting.
Okay. About that time, the other 4 princesses come in. Henry sticks in his head. Papa, can I join?
I'm sorry, son. This is official duties.
But I'm an official. I'm your son. I'm basically a prince.
Not yet, you are. I told you.
I mean, we seem to have an open seat, so... I mean, training.
Well, I mean, if your sisters don't mind.
Yeah, just until Missy comes back. I'm sure it won't take long. Just come on, Henry.
Alright, Henry, go take your seat.
Does this mean I'm a prince?
Not yet. I told you we're gonna think about a coronation soon. Alright?
Henry, look at my book.
Oh, wow, Arista, where did you get this one?
Oh, Mother said they found it with me.
Wow. It's kind of old. Did they find it with any...
That old.
Did they find it with any dead bodies?
Well, no, they found it with a live body. It was with me.
Oh. Well, maybe this was your favorite book when you were a baby.
She's gonna think real hard about that.
Maybe.
So, Henry's taking an interest in something. He's already 10 times better than Mizu.
Alright, Celia. Alright, let's refocus up.
Y'all are some haters.
You can't hear this.
I'm glad you said it. I was thinking
Erica
it.
says y'all are some haters.
Alright.
Refocus in. I talked a little bit to your mother. We think it is wise, given the passing of Olivine, once we confirm it, we believe you girls should go to your prospective diplomatic outreaches, and don't say goodbye, but give a see you later. Make sure that our diplomatic ties are still there. We'll still continue to send envoys, give services that we need rendered, but we have an idea for you girls. Okay? Now,
about that time, Mizu is making her way into her bedroom. What would you like to do, Mizu?
Mizu kind of turns to Ganon, and she is a little sad, which is something that she doesn't let other people see, but you can kind of tell that she isn't feeling like herself now, and she kind of sighs as she sits next to Ganon and pets his shell a little bit and goes, I might not be as strong or as powerful as everybody else, but that doesn't give them a reason to treat me like this, Ganon. I'm just as special as them, even more special probably, because I'm doing the most important work here in the kingdom. As she strokes him a little bit, she's gonna look around her room to maybe see if anything kind of looks out of the ordinary.
As you're stroking Ganon, Ganon kind of leans his head, looks at you, and says, "Oh, but you could be so much more, princess." And as you hear that voice, really quickly before we move on, I want everyone to tell us their level and their classes. All right, we're going to go Seer, Venfira, Mizu, Celia, Arista. I just went with the order on the stream. So just quickly tell us what level you are and what class you are for the people watching.
I am a level 7 Druid, Circle of the Spores, and 3 levels of Ranger, Drake Warden.
There we go. I am 10 levels of Druid, Circle of the Moon.
I am a Genasi, and I am 10 levels of a mystery class.
I am. I'm sorry. What was the question?
Your level, class, and race.
Level
if you want to get
that. Okay, cool. I am level 10, and I'm a pugilist, which is like a bare knuckle boxer. My subclass is piss and vinegar.
Awesome. All right, and Arista?
In case you missed it earlier, Arista is an axolotl folk. She's probably the most adorable. And she has 6 levels of Inquisitive Rogue and 4 levels of College of Eloquence Bard.
Thank you. All right, so Ganon just looked up, and for the first time ever in your life, Ganon has spoke. Would you like to continue to look around the room?
As soon as she hears him speak, her head is gonna snap down to him and go, Ganon, was that you?
Currently in this body, yes. Oh, you mean your little sea turtle friend? No, I'm not him. I'm just using him as a little communication device. I hope you don't mind, princess.
I'm just a little confused. I'm sorry if I'm not supposed to call you Ganon. What am I supposed to call you?
Oh no. When your little sea buddy returns, you can call him Ganon, and you two can hold each other and stroll through the streets of Azir, and everything can be perfect. But right now, I need to talk to you. I've noticed. I've watched. You feel alone. You feel different from your sisters. You feel no one understands you. I understand you.
I mean, that's like partly true. I mean, I feel different from them, but like different in like a elevated, better way, you know, but you're kind of right, I guess.
Right. And so you crying alone in your bedroom 3 times last week has nothing to do with your feeling of loneliness?
I didn't cry in my bedroom 3 times last week. What do you mean?
Sure. Listen, I'm the one who put the letter in your room with these little flipper fins. But nobody's gonna believe a little sea turtle. And no one's gonna believe you when you say it was Ganon. So we're just gonna have a little chat here. I can give you immeasurable power. I can make you strong. I can give gifts to you and your sisters. But you need to take me everywhere you go and not question me.
Well, why me? I'm a little surprised by this. I mean, it makes sense because I am me, but like, why me, you know?
Well, it's easy. You're the greatest being that's ever walked on this planet. I'm serious. I'm laughing for a different reason. Definitely not that. I'm not laughing at what I just said. I'm laughing at something completely different.
Yeah, well, you're right about that, I guess. That does make sense.
Also, you're very beautiful, and you smell great, and you have the best taste. Now, please, say yes to my deal.
Thank you, Ganon. Well, I mean, this sounds great, but what's in it for you? If you want to give me all this power, what do you get in return?
I simply just want to see the world. Yes, that's it. I just want to look around. What do you say?
Yeah, let's do this. I'll show my sisters who's really in charge around here.
Take me back to your tea party. Let's make a scene.
She nods and she scoops up Ganon and will head back, now knowing everything she came to her room for, head back to the tea party.
Back at the tea party, we see Thrine talking to everyone, and we just go back in slow motion as Mizu is walking down the royal hallway past all the servants who are at attention. Ganon, in her arm, goes from this evil grin back to the hopeless, wandering face of Ganon the sea turtle. As you're walking, you feel this immense power rise through your body. You feel magic start to enter your hands. You feel you now have powers you've never held before. You are now a fully level 10 warlock with a power from whoever is controlling Ganon. And then as you look at your feet, a slight sparkle starts. But as it slowly rises up your feet, almost like a transformation, the doors swing open as the servants open the door, and King Thrine and everyone looks and sees you standing in the doorway.
Oh, Mizu, perfect time. All right, Henry, out you go.
But I didn't even really hear any of the good stuff yet.
Move, Henry.
You've been as effective as Mizu is when she's here, so we thank you.
Did great, Squirt.
Okay.
Good job, Henry.
Well,
Excellent work.
When everyone's done here, maybe everyone can come see the sandcastle I made.
No.
Okay.
I'll come see it, Henry.
I'll come see it too. Why not? It's the least I could do for kicking you out of my seat.
There you go, Henry. Everyone's gonna see your sandcastle. Close the door. Listen.
I just saw it, actually. Went and came back.
Oh, yeah? How'd it look?
Pretty good.
Did this one actually look like a castle?
No.
Yeah. No. I don't know what happened to that kid. Somewhere along the line, he must have castle with clam. I don't know.
Common misconception. It just happens.
But listen.
Wonder if he has any Triton in him too.
Misconception indeed.
Mizu, enough with the Triton. Yes, we all understand your sister Celia was born of a different man, but we accept her as our own. She is just as much your sister as Vinfira, Seer, or Arista, alright?
Oh, please don't bring me into this.
Can we just settle this once and for all?
I just know that my true sisters are Ganassi's.
Oh my gosh.
I could beat you up. I could punch you in the face.
Alright,
You would
listen.
say, ow.
I've had it. This is what we're gonna do. You are each going to go together as a group. You are going to, listen, you're going to go to every outreach. Idathea, Yabeth, Sumplin, Sharkfoot Island, the library. You're going to make sure that our diplomatic ties are secure, and you're going to tell them you'll be back later. And then all of you are going to work together to come back here, and we're sending you on land.
Father,
Yes, Renfear.
an inquiry, if I may. With the, how you say, delicate situation in Eudothia, is it possible that perhaps I could have a bit extra time there?
As long as your sisters are with you, I don't think that's a problem.
Why do you need extra time? Curious, I like to...
Well, simply to prepare everything for when I'm gone, of course.
It's just so bad over there. Okay, sure.
I'd just like to clarify by sisters, you mean the four of them, right?
I mean all of you, Mizu. All of you. All of
Daddy.
your sisters.
No, I've never even left the kingdom. How do you expect me to go on land?
Mizu, you know I don't like talking stern to you, darling. But you are the main reason I want you all to stick together. You have never left the kingdom. You need to see the world. Now is the opportunity. The great oppressor is dead. Seize this opportunity. Alright?
Well, I think that you just completely encapsulated the reasons why she shouldn't go with us. Yeah, all the four of us can go together. We'll be a good unit. We've been out in the world.
I mean, think about how many babies are going to be born that I'm not going to be able to kiss while I'm not in the kingdom.
Yeah.
Oh, well, darling, we still have the kiss stamp you made last year, okay?
Fine, but y'all better get my good side when we get there, and I'm not doing anything to help.
Alright, now listen. We don't want the kingdom to know you're all leaving. Your diplomatic missions, you're not going to tell them what you're doing. You're going to say you will be back soon, and then you all are going to venture out. I don't need the kingdom knowing that all our valuable diplomats are gone. So we have hired outside sources to pretend to be you, which means when you leave, you will not be princesses. You will wear disguises until you are a safe space away, and you will not have the resources of the kingdom. No armies, Mizu. No library, Arista. No personal bar, Celia.
Oh.
You are on your own. I will give you an allowance, and then until you get back, that is all you have. What you do outside of here to make more, you can. But I want you to hear me out. This is very important for the growth of this kingdom. You fail, we all fail. You succeed, we expand. We share the love with the other nations and places of this world. This is important. People could write about you in history books. We are the only kingdom in the world. Okay?
I've always wanted to breathe air.
You're going to do great, Arista. And I am counting on you to be the leader. You heard that correctly. Arista is your leader.
I thought Arista was our pet. Why is she coming?
Okay, you can just stop with the talking. Henry was better when it was all better when Henry's.
Alright, that's it.
Okay,
Mizu, that's it. Mizu, hand me Ganon.
No! First you're gonna make me leave. You're not gonna let me take my makeup team with me. How am I supposed to do my makeup while I'm gone? And now you're gonna take Ganon? No.
Ganon on the table.
Picks up Ganon and lightly places him on the table, but she keeps her hand on his back.
Now, another rude comment from you, and you'll be leaving without him, and I will take care of him. And you know how I did with your two guppies. I'm sorry about that. I had no idea there was a fan under the thing. Okay? Yes, Seer.
What exactly are we supposed to be doing on land? I know we all have some ideas of what this might be like. Some of us have never done anything. Some of us have been doing a lot. So just what is the general vibe you want us to do? Do you just want us to go see land for the first time? Or are we trying to
I want you to do whatever
expand.
You want. I want you to live. I want my daughters to have something. And now that there's all this available, there might be people who need help. There might be kingdoms that just need that last push to form. Could be new allies. Find out if there's other enemies we're unaware of. Literally, the world is open. And I want you all to grow together, love together, explore together, and possibly expand our kingdom. Am I clear?
And absolutely expand our kingdom, because there's no way that's not going to happen. I am so excited.
Seer, if you're fully prepared to... Yes.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, that's all right.
I was just going to ask, what would you say that the world is our oyster?
I thought about that.
You got it,
yes. I thought about it. Sometimes yes. Do what you want. Have fun. Enjoy the world if it could be enjoyed. That's it. I will take care of things here. Alright? I don't understand why everyone's upset. I thought this was going to be a good thing.
I will start packing the library into my bag of holding, and she's going to swim away to go put every single book in the library.
What? Don't take them all, Arista!
I think she plans to take them all.
Well, if she takes her mother's recipe
less reading to
books.
do.
All right. She's going to go get
Good
her
for us,
books.
bad for you.
Wait, Arista! Right as you get to the door. Wait before you go. One last thing.
Yes, Father.
I won't be out there to protect you. I can't save you. The Azerian command won't even know it's you if you were in front of their face. We're going to disguise you well. Okay? I don't want to lose.
I got you, babes.
Thank you, Celia. I don't want to lose any of you, okay? I love you all, the bottom of my heart. In the middle, and the top, and the sides. Alright? So watch out for one another.
Don't worry, Father. I'll bring my spear gun.
Great. Now, before we break away, you're not leaving till tomorrow. I want to go around the table and I want
So early.
I want you each to pick one person at the table and give them a compliment. Okay?
Sounds easy.
We're going to start with Mizu.
Ooh.
Mizu rolls her eyes a little bit and goes, Daddy, even though I'm really, really mad at you right now and I'm not happy, you're still a really good king.
I appreciate that, but I was talking about one of your sisters. Try again.
She rolls her eyes again and then looks at Seer and goes, Sissy, you're my twin, so that's pretty cool, I guess.
Thank you.
Very good. All right, Seer, you go ahead. Good job, Mizu.
James has also redeemed another random problem. Just
Okay.
James, we have problems.
Go ahead and get your compliment out, Seer, before a random problem.
Lily, I just want to shout out your strength and fortitude, because if Missy spoke to me like that, I'd have to at least have swung at her at least 4 or 5 times, and I just thank you for not doing that, because this would have been a lot more work to deal with if there was also a cat fight. Though I love a cat fight.
All right.
Also,
while these compliments are going on, the chef, McGeezy, has been walking around setting people's plates. He's about to bring in a new fresh cup of tea, not knowing where this meeting is going, if it's about to end or not. He's going to get around behind Mizu as this is going on. Ganon's going to turn his head and latch onto the finger of McGeezy as he's putting the plate there. He's a mute, so he's not going to say anything, but he's writhing in pain behind Mizu, so Mizu can't see this, but just like trying to shake Ganon off of his hand. And I guess everybody else, because it's a round table, can kind of see what's going on. Before you all, at the end of Seer Goth's compliment, hear a big crash where he's broken into a pillar, hit the back of his head. Looks like some blood is coming out into the water and kind of floating. And he's just kind of leaning against the pillar. And Ganon bites the finger off of the cook completely and turns.
he needs that.
Enough with these compliments. Enough with this foul love. You all will work for me one day, and I will go with you to the ends of the world, and I will foil every single plan. But I'll be nice at first.
And with that, Mizu's feet light up with those, like, that sparkle again, and so does everybody else's feet. As it kind of, like, knocks you up out of your chair. Just like Sailor Moon, it's going to rise up your body as you all spin. And I want you to go around the table and all explain your perfect outfit that for some reason now, at the snap of a finger, turns into your custom perfect disguise. So let's start with, we'll go the opposite. We'll go Arista, Celia, Mizu, Venfira, Seer Goth. Describe what you look like, which is your everyday now perfect outfit, and your perfect disguise.
Who goes first?
Arista.
Oh, sorry. So Arista is, she usually wears pretty simple robes, but she has kind of a lot of layers. If you can see a little bit in the graphic, she has tendrils, and so she'll like weave in pieces of coral and other things to make sort of a tiara looking situation. Just basically comfortable. She can lounge anywhere in it, and it's very quiet fabric. It doesn't make noise when she moves around real fast. But now she's invisible.
Damn, that's your everyday outfit.
No, you said what it was going to turn me into.
Oh, the disguise? Okay.
Is not being seen.
Your disguise is completely invisible. There you go. If I'll say, because that's powerful. If you are hit, or we'll treat it like the spell. If you're hit or cast a spell, I believe it is, then you will turn back into your regular outfit, and then you can use it again in another. How uses combat usually? I'll give you 5 minutes. You can use it again in 5 minutes.
Cool.
Sweet, Celia.
Okay, so Celia, classic, pirate coat, tattered, torn to shreds, looked like it had been forgotten years ago. They're now wearing a wonderful little like pirate's hat with like a feather sticking out of it. They're wearing some like clunky boots with like buckles and chains on them, and their hands are now like wrapped in some hand wrappings for good punching and hand health. And all of their makeup to cover up any scars, any blemishes, any black eyes, wounds at all of that's off. And now they just look gnarly and badass.
Fuck yeah. And what's your disguise that you Sailor Moon into?
I Sailor Moon into probably something that nobody would be expecting. Absolutely beautiful. Probably if it's a good disguise, it would probably be like some sort of like elegant dress of some sort, and like jewelry adorned around the neck, and some bracelets and some rings. Their hair is like curled and it looks beautiful.
Completely unrecognizable.
Yeah, unrecognizable. No, but she wouldn't be caught dead in this. But she's now caught alive in it.
Perfect. Mizu.
So Mizu's perfect outfit is like the definition of opulence, you know. She has this long, flowy blue and gold dress on. She has these like high collared necklaces that go up that are gold. She's got long gold earrings. Her makeup is completely done like a glam face to the nines. Decked out in jewelry with a huge tiara on her head is her perfect outfit. And then for her disguise, kind of like what happened with Celia, something similar is going to happen with Mizu, but in the opposite way. Mizu now sees herself changing into a half Triton, half Genasi. She shrinks a lot. She turns into what Mizu would describe as extremely ugly. Very tattered, bruises, no makeup in sight, and a completely brown and dull outfit. And as she changes, all you're gonna hear is, "What the hell?" And that bimbo, gross, like, voice that she has stays, but her appearance now does not match that voice whatsoever.
Genius. Alright, Vinfira.
Vinfira's perfect outfit is like a very like deep regal purple like pantsuit sort of deal. Still good for swimming, but looks like this is a woman here to do boss girl shit. Girl boss shit, if you will. And she is ready to just... It's like Elle Woods, almost.
But purple.
Yeah, Elle Woods, but purple, almost. Generally very feminine, but still like, I'm here to do this. In the exact opposite spectrum, her disguise is very much like... very like almost classically druidic, rather than being decked out in like layers of like fur and wood and things like that. It's going to be more like reeds and scales of various like animals and plants underwater, bits of coral here and there. Her hair, which is usually like in a very elegant sort of updo, is now like down and kind of has like random bits and baubles kind of stuck in it. It's kind of just everywhere. And generally speaking, instead of looking very put together, she just looks very like out of it, tired, perhaps even a bit older.
Perfect. Okay. Let's see here.
So currently everything on Seer is kind of just like it has this flowy vibe to it. When she takes on this first transformation into her disguise, everything kind of calms down. Her hair is kind of like all moving up towards the surface, kind of forms into like this like beehive, kind of like wrapped. The locks kind of like form into this bun on her head. She has this pirate's coat that's kind of tethered, and it kind of like turns into like almost this like black clover like top cloak. So she like covers her kind of like her shoulders down to her abdomen, and it's got this. It's just like kind of tethered, and on top of that is like this like netted vibe she has. Her arm is like inside of her. One of her arms is inside of her robe cloak. She's like holding it. It's like holding her arm up, and you see that's her like tattooed arm. Her tendrils all kind of like attached to her legs and her arms, and they kind of like start to like form like. It looks like she's like drying out. Like it looks like a water repellent vibe going onto her. And it kind of like attached to her skin and kind of like become almost like raised tattoos on her legs and arms. And she kind of has like this just like mysterious vibe to her. She like just looks like a sea hag kind of. She's like wearing this cloak, has a hood on. You can't really see her face. She still has her horned helmet on, but her cloak, her hood like goes through that. And so she like has this like covers her eyes perfectly. You just kind of see her mouth and this cloak, and then that's like her disguise. And then when she has her princess transformation is kind of this weird like grotesque experience. She's very much a druid, but of like decay and death. And so it kind of looks like her skin starts to bubble and boil, and you see like kind of like the dust and the mildew and things that are kind of like in her area kind of like draw to her and start to coat her like armor, and it plays a little bit into her like her druid ability, which is to give herself temporary armor. So she's like making this like armor of death and decay that like sits on top of her, and it's like moss and mold and algae and like bits and pieces of teeth and things that are like from like dead things that have like attached to her to protect her.
Okay, cool. Awesome. All right, as that happens, to clarify, you basically all just got transformed into a free outfit. You can take this outfit off, you can put it in your closet, you can change into whatever outfit you want. But at any time, you can use, for an action, your Sailor Moon power. You will lift up and you will change, so don't think you can like jump in a closet and do it really fast. I guess you could, you'll just be in the closet hitting the walls with your arm. But that changes into your disguise. So everyone add this mysterious disguise ability.
I was right when I said we'd have a magical girl transformation eventually. I didn't think it'd be this soon, but I was right.
Yeah, when you said that, I was like, that's a good idea, and I'll stop talking about it. Okay, now, as that magic kind of goes away, and you're just in this outfit, and you kind of all are kind of pushed back down in your seats, none of you remember that sea turtle talked, except for Mizu, and none of you know how you got this, but you know you've had this power. Now you feel like you've always had this power. Mizu, you will hear from Ganon as he's like floating beside you, as his mouth's not moving. He kind of turns a corner, but before you see him, you hear,
"Now I helped you and all your little sisters out. You can do your little daddy's plan. You can go wherever you want. You're welcome. Just take me with you."
And as you're hearing this and he's floating around your head, Mizu, the mouth's not moving. He just looks like Ganon. He just looks like sweet, innocent, cuddly Ganon. He just kind of like smiles at you. He's just kind of like looking for his mother, so to speak. But you hear that voice, and he goes into your hands.
My head is gonna snap around too, and I'm gonna look back at the cook. What was his name again? I forgot.
Big Easy.
I have it written down. Yeah, she's gonna look at Big Easy and she's gonna go, "What the hell, Big Easy? You could have heard him!" Completely like disregarding the fact that he is now one less fingered, you know?
And he is on the ground right now, leaned against the pillar, and blood, because you're in water, is just kind of floating in the water around him. As he's like, writhing in pain, you know, kind of rocking back and forth, and there's blood coming out of the back of his head.
Mizu turns to King Thrine and said, "Daddy, you're gonna need to get somebody to help him, I think. Ganon didn't mean anything."
Thrine is like, "Oh my god, like this is huge," because that's the cook. Immediately is going to go get servants. Some of them are already in the room and rush to help. He's going to go and swing open the big doors and call for help. and this scene is just going to be servants and different people helping Bagizzi out of the room. King Thorine will turn to all of you and tell you, tomorrow morning,
you're leaving. Leave everything up to me. Your mother and I will figure out what to do with the advisors about the merfolk. I don't want you to stress, all right? In the morning, we can make sure you're prepared for a send-off. Get excited. This is going to be great. This is going to be fun.
It's gonna be a little bit of something. That's absolutely true. But thank you, Daddy. I appreciate the opportunity.
Did Ganon eat his finger or just bite it off?
He ate it.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Then I was gonna hand his finger back to him if he just bit it off, but.
Yeah, I took that random problem really extreme.
Yeah, you did. Bye-bye, finger Ganon.
Okay, as King Thorine's going to leave the room, but as he does, your mom, Ariseline, kind of comes up from the hallway. They're going to meet, and he's going to say something to her, and she is going to turn to him, and you all will hear her say, yeah, that is absolutely right. Let's see. And he's going to walk off, and she's just going to look in the room and quickly go down the other part of the hallway she was moving towards. You're alone in the tea room?
Oh, it's funny. I know disguised self.
and did a...
I kind of spent a long time. Good.
That's hilarious.
I also have spent a lot of time perfecting my on-land persona, so I guess I can just wear this outfit now as well.
Mizu immediately snaps out of her disguise and kind of shudders a little bit and groans and was like, "Ugh, that was disgusting." Now I know why you're always so upset, Celia.
Celia is also ripping this disgusting dress off of her. Ugh.
Okay, you can't take that outfit off. You can only take off the new outfit they gave you. Oh. Otherwise, you gotta Sailor Moon back out of that. So your disguise, your disguise is an ability. yeah, it's like glued.
I Sailor Mooned out of mine. I Sailor Mooned out of my disguise for sure.
I want it off. Like that. I want it off.
Perfect.
Just do the thing.
I'm not. I don't understand magic.
You just gotta really think real hard about not being dressed like that, and then you should come out of it.
I can only think about how bad I look right now.
You don't look that bad, honestly. You look way better than Misa did. So it's that.
Am I gonna be stuck like this forever?
As long as you need to. So I guess that's good because we're gonna be undercover starting tomorrow. So just don't look in any mirrors.
Mizu's gonna turn to the rest of them and say, "Daddy might think I'm going with you guys, but I'll change his mind by tomorrow, I promise you. I'm not leaving this kingdom. Not tomorrow, and not ever." And then she's gonna get up and start heading back to her room.
Vinfira's gonna stand up and be like, "Mizu, could I have a word with you in private? I need something in your area of expertise."
Yeah, of course.
What could that be?
Probably being pretty and being popular and being famous. I know that's nothing that any of you guys know about. But
I know, we all did have to work for what we have, but I guess some of us are just lucky to be born kind of pretty, I guess.
Yeah, Daddy has a favorite. Yeah, we're twins.
He is very...
Regardless.
We makes sense now. We look different!
We're like yin and yang fraternal twins.
I'm short and angry.
Mizu's gonna take Vinfira and they're gonna start, I guess, walking back to her room if there's anything that the other three want to do while we head that way.
Yeah.
I actually want to check out Henry's sandcastle now.
Alyssa's already back in the library putting books in her bag of holding.
Okay. I also will go to the sandcastle because I promised that.
Erica, look at your camera on my screen. Oh, it just fixed itself as soon as you looked. Never mind. I swear you were like blurry and weird looking. All right, talk about blurry and weird looking. As you enter Henry's bedroom and see the sandcastle, it's more like Sandgrave because it just kind of looks like a clam, so it just looks like a mound of sand that he's like drawing lines on, so it kind of looks like a grave almost as you walk in, kind of in shock. And Henry is like delicately on top of it, like spinning the last like little circle on what looks to be like the decoration of the clam.
Henry, we came to see your sandcastle. Where is it?
This is my sandcastle. And this is where the diplomats enter right here. And then this is where we're going to save the merfolk at the back.
Oh, why are we saving the merfolk? Just curious.
Oh, hi, Syria. Seer.
Hi, Henry.
I think we should save the merfolk because they're people just like everybody. And we should just make sure everybody's happy.
I feel that, buddy.
That is nice. I do envy you not growing up in wartime. Makes you a little, like, nicer. I am a little, more black and white when it comes to my enemies, but I like having you around. It keeps me fresh.
Why are they your enemies?
They're merfolk? Well, they just kind of don't like us. They work with Olivine, and they kind of just, like, were the oppressing force for a long time, and we just had to fight them, and so you get a little jaded when you have to keep fighting people over and over again. And
well, don't
that's
fight
why
them.
Fear is in charge.
Don't fight them. Just like be nice to them, and maybe like take them things that they like, and just don't get into fights with them. And if they try to fight with you, don't fight like back at them. Just tell them you like them.
What happens if you don't fight back and then you don't go home?
Yeah, that's a good way to get killed, bud. You gotta know when
only if you fight.
Yourself.
If you don't fight, then you don't die from fighting.
That's
but you get killed for murder, though.
Correct. It just changes what it's called, but it still ends up with you not being alive.
Yeah, maybe you're right. It's just
But
all
it's okay.
It's just
No,
the dreams.
You have good aspirations, I think. So, like, think about them.
Well, I'll think about that in the dreams.
We've got big hopes for you, Henry. I think that a king like you remind me of Daddy. You've got a big heart, and that is very nice. I hope that we can make a world where we can all be friends, so that you can run that world.
He's just like almost like look away, like he stopped listening. But Henry, and he is. He's just kind of got like ADHD, like mad. And he's just gonna and run over to his kind of drawer that's kind of broken and open it up, and it kind of comes off the hinge. So he's gonna grab the inside, pull the rest of it, and pulls out this drawing he did of him, Mizu, you, and Vinfira together, and then over to the side with a big star around it is Arista and Celia. And he's going to hand you the picture and be like, well, when you leave, can you just keep this, and then we'll be like a big picture again?
Yeah.
I like that idea.
We're supposed to go around and tell everybody this, but we'll tell you too. We'll be right back.
He's going to immediately jump and hug you. And as his head is beside your head, he's going to whisper in your ear, Celia only. He's going to say, I starred my favorites.
Oh, sweet boy.
Whoa. Celia doesn't cry. But
Who had stars again? I need to know if Henry's on my hit list or not.
You didn't hear that, Mizu.
Erica needs to know for role-playing purposes.
He's a wild Ganassi.
Celia and Arista were starred. Celia and Arista. But you don't know that.
But we have the paper with us.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right.
Well, Henry, thank you.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I just think.
Oh.
No. I just thank him for letting
He's
us
gonna.
see
He's
his,
gonna hug everybody. He feels like this is the last time he's gonna see you
Yeah.
guys. So he's like hugging everyone. He's gonna go to hug Mizu, but instead of he is around Mizu every day, and Mizu is a bitch to him every day, and he's a happy kid, But even that wears on someone, so he knows not to go up and hug Mizu. So he's just gonna, like, caught up in the moment, run up to Mizu and just, like, stop. Sorry, Mizu.
What are you sorry for?
I tried to do one of those touching you things without asking again. Can I hug you?
Yeah, you can this time.
He knows this must be fucking huge, whatever's going on. You never allow this, so he's going to hug you, and he's going to back up and then, hug everybody else.
She doesn't really hug him back, but she kind of gives him like a little affectionate pat on the head.
Wow, people have to pay price for that at the fashion shows. Okay. So he's going to start cleaning up his sandcastle and putting it, which can't be, it's got to be like heavy sand, just kind of putting it back into this like shovel box in this corner. And you guys are free to do what you want to get.
Okay, they were having a little conversation.
Yeah, I know that me and Vinfira were gonna go to my room so we could talk. So we're probably gonna head that way.
Okay. Ganon's following you everywhere.
I'll go, as we get to the door, I'll kind of open it for Vinfira and I'll usher her in and then I'll shut it behind us. And then she'll turn to her and say, so what's up?
I know that we're on mostly a don't ask, don't tell basis, but I need to know how you prevent a scandal from erupting.
Well, at this point, I have so much pull in the kingdom, and with the people that I feel like, regardless of what I did, I could convince them it was for the greater good, but I think it really starts with kind of the rapport you build. Why? What's going on? You think you're about to catch yourself in a scandal or something?
Vinfira gives like the most awkward, like painful smile, like,
sis, what's going on?
You cannot, under any circumstances, speak of this to anyone. Anyone. Do you understand me?
She nods her head enthusiastically and sticks out a pinky.
This is of diplomatic importance. And she's like,
Of course. Diplomacy. Yeah, I know all about that. What's up?
there may be a bit of a situation going on where there's this merfolk and this and me and a bit of a, you know.
Oh my god, Vinny, this is gonna be a scandal. What the hell?
I know. I know. I can't.
Who are they?
Do I have to do this?
I mean, it's just you and me and Ganon, but Ganon's not gonna spill anything, right, Ganon?
It looks like Ganon's just like floating near you and is just like doing that cat thing where he notices people are talking about him right now, but he doesn't understand. But in your head, you're gonna hear, "Oh, don't worry, I'm listening."
That means yes. Go ahead.
And Fear kind of is like, I may or may not be in a sort of physically romantic entanglement with one of the princes over there.
Oh my god, that's why you wanted to spend some extra time there. It all makes sense now. How did this start?
Well, you spend a lot of time doing diplomatic discussions and lots of long nights together, and one thing leads to another, and you know.
Whoa. So, I'm assuming that's where we're headed first, right? As she winks.
I don't want to make it that obvious.
I'll have some pull with Daddy. I bet I can convince him that needs to be our first stop for whatever reason. But when we get there, you have to point them out. I won't interfere. I won't interfere, Vinny. I promise.
Not a word. Do you understand?
Not a word. You know how I love a good scandal, but not a word. Not a word. I'll keep the scandals to myself.
And just be an us scandal, if you will. I'm not very well versed in these things.
Friend, because I could see myself. You know, I get a little lonely here around the kingdom. Daddy doesn't let anyone within 10 feet of me unless they work for us.
well, I make no promises. His name is Lakin, if that means anything. I imagine it does not, as you're not very familiar with the merfolk, but I feel much better having gotten all of that off my chest.
I'm glad. I've got your back, don't worry. Even if they are a merfolk, you know, I've never met, like, a merfolk, but they can't be that bad.
I find them quite charming.
Well, I can't wait to meet him.
Just don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Well, you know, I can't promise that, but I can try my best.
You hear like a crash, like a.
Did it come from the room or from outside?
It came from within the room.
Her head is gonna kind of snap around, and she's gonna look for the source of whatever the banging was.
Yeah, Vinfira's gonna do the same.
Alright, perception checks.
Uh, 15?
Okay.
And a 19.
Okay, so you both kind of know immediately Mizu's got like a fun setup where it's like her main bedroom that kind of trails off a little bit and goes into a big bathroom. It's almost just as big as the bedroom. And as you go towards that direction, she's got these big curtains and things that hang, kind of pulled back, and there's someone standing behind the one on the left. You can see the bottom of their feet. It looks like servants' feet. And they're just kind of shaking, and there's pieces of Mizu's makeup bowl on the ground, scattered.
Mizu's gonna run over there, and she's gonna let out a huge, like, gasp. She's gonna go, oh my god! Get out! Right now!
I'm sorry, Your Majesty. I didn't hear you come into the room, and I got scared.
Not a word of what you have overheard will be spoken. Am I clear?
Yes, Your Majesties. I promise not to tell us all what I heard.
I should have your head right now simply for breaking my makeup bowl. But
I insist they take it out of my pay, Your Majesty. I'm sorry.
Out now.
Yes, ma'am. And she's going to book it out of the room.
As she leaves,
Suddenly Arista just like drops down from the ceiling and says, well, that was awkward.
You too? Oh.
I told you guys to stay out of my room. Ugh.
Arista,
you're lucky you're so cute, or I'd be a lot more mad. And she's gonna turn to Vinfira and Arista and say, well, now that you guys got that news, I guess I should share with y'all what happened to me earlier, but I don't know if you'll believe me or not, but Ganon talked to me earlier.
He spoke to you?
He spoke. I don't know if it was in my head or if it was out loud, but he spoke, and he told me I was a lot more powerful than I could ever imagine, and when we were having tea just now, he spoke again.
What did he say?
Yeah.
Well, he told me that he was gonna help make me and you guys a lot more powerful. Like, do you guys feel any different now? I mean, I feel a little different. Like, I kind of feel like a tingle inside my stomach. I don't know if it's like from whatever we ate earlier, like from the power, but...
Well, I did notice that I can do this now, and she's gonna like go invisible.
What?
Yes.
And I mean, I definitely wasn't this ugly before, she says, as she snaps her finger and kind of turns into, like, someone that looks like they could be related to Celia.
And I like how both, when those happen, it's like bright lights appear around you as you're spinning it. It's like so anime style that like Arista goes invisible, but there's still bright light. So it just looks like a bright light in the sky appears and then goes away for a second. And for Mizu, it's like bright light and then like homeless under the bridge look.
Right, and then she immediately shudders and snaps her fingers again and goes right back.
Vinfira is also going to change into her little disguise, just like a quick, like, murmur. She's like, Other than this, I don't feel particularly different, I must admit.
Mizu's gonna turn to Ganon and look at him and go, "Come on, Ganon, you can do it again. Talk."
Ganon's just kind of like floating around, and then as you talk, like he's just gonna like nuzzle up against you. Just kind of flip so his shell's like on you as he's kind of looking up at you.
Come on, Ganon, please, please.
I'm sorry. I can't do it. I used everything I had to change you and your sisters. But when my power's strong enough, I'll tell you whatever you want. Just as long as you take me, Mizu Minu.
She's gonna. I assume that was in my head. But...
Yes. They can't.
Yeah,
This is your patron.
Yeah, she's gonna turn to them and be like, "Did you guys hear that?
Hear what?
Ganon just talked. You didn't hear it?
No.
No.
Maybe.
He's definitely just a turtle.
Maybe it's just been a long day. Maybe I need some sleep.
Have you been partaking of any pufferfish by chance?
No. You know I don't imbibe in anything. I'm not like Celia. Ugh. I have to keep my class and my grace about me in this kingdom.
I just had to ask.
Yeah, I've never imbibed in pufferfish once.
Well,
I did by accident.
How does one accidentally imbibe upon a pufferfish?
Well, I was having a little rest in the ears room, and the next thing I know...
I told Seer not to just leave paraphernalia lying around. It makes all of us look bad when the servants find it. Not to mention, very much a misdemeanor.
Only for regular folks. Can me and Celia see? Can me and Celia see this light show that is happening? I know the door is closed, but I imagine like there's some sort of like weird light flashing under the door. Does that look weird at all?
We're in the bathroom of my room. Though,
Yeah, that's
right?
okay. You wouldn't see it from outside down the hallway, and that's assuming you're at the door of her bedroom.
Right
I still
outside,
don't think you'd see it. And if you did, you'd have to be looking at the crack, and you'd see that light like under the whole crack. Wow, of light.
Just to hear, Harriet made a crazy drink. If you want to go to the bar, hey.
Are you in the bathroom?
No, they're together. I think they went to them now when they're.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely down to go see Harriet. I haven't seen her in a few months. See what she's got to offer.
Crazy drink. I recommend putting it all down in one go.
Thank you for that.
You're very welcome.
We head to Harriet.
Okay, as you go, if you go straight to his bedroom, it's right on the way, and it's for the whole floor of you guys. Alyssa too, even though she's on the library, which is 2 floors. Yeah, you go right in.
Also too young to drink.
Yes, but how many times has Alyssa popped in through the rafters and been like, "You should stop drinking now." You know, so you could get in. The doors are like never locked. You can easily open it. As you go in, she has set up across the entire bar 50 glasses, like pink, whiter than normal sea glasses, and in between those glasses, on the top of every glass, is another row on top of it. And she's going with this like big thing on the counter. It's like music's playing, and there's like a couple servants that are on break drinking, and she's walking as they're like cheering her on from the corner and pouring them on the glasses, and as she does, the glasses fall into the glasses, so it's making a domino ding, 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 as she's going down the bar.
She's doing the thing.
Yeah, and then tries to... I want to roll tonight. Jumps from the bar, does a front flip, and lands and drops the barrel, and it kind of cracks the ground a little bit, and everyone's going to... and the music's going to...
Party foul.
That was all me. That was all me. Don't even worry about it.
Everyone looks...
Sick
Hey!
That was amazing!
Oh! I broke the floor. Sorry.
Hey, I broke the floor. Don't even worry about it.
Perfect. Hey, I was just about to throw this out. That bloop, 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 of this like black ooze. You want some? Oh. She's gonna pick one of her hairs and put it in. Forgot the secret.
Alright, this is the shit. This is the shit, Celia. Go for it. One go.
Okay, hold on. I burned all my wooden cups with it. I gotta go with a metal cup. So she goes to the back, comes back out, wipes her head with like this like dirty rag. She has not cleaned this in a long time, and like throws it down and just starts pouring into these metal cups for you. Seer walks in. She sees Seer.
Yeah, I enter with with Celia.
She's poured you a drink, and she slid it.
And it's like boiling in this cup.
Are you ever in this bar with Harriet?
Yeah, I've been here before. I hang out with Celia a little bit, so
Okay.
I would have been here.
She's gonna just kind of like her elbow down and just kind of grab that dirty rag and just kind of like pick at it. It's like this kind of like nervous habit. Oh, so it was a bad tea party. Bad news. Tough day. Ugh.
That's a strong word. It was definitely an event.
That's definitely... You're much more poignant than I am. I would have just said it was bad.
I know you
Well,
would.
depends on how you look at it. Bad for some, good for others.
Yeah. It was eventful,
So
for
he's-
sure. Yeah.
So he's
What
gone.
do you want to know?
And just wondering, like he's gone now. Like,
Yeah.
what are we gonna do?
Oh, actually, we're not supposed to talk about it.
Oh,
so-
of course.
Yeah. Sorry.
Hold on, I gotta change my
Sorry.
rag. This one's dirty. But before I go take it back, how exactly did he die? Can you at least tell me that?
I told you, 3 dwarfs, baby.
So that's
That's how I remember it.
roll a persuasion check.
Okay.
She's heard a lot of
I
different
wanna know.
rumors.
I mean, Seer says nothing. She's just sitting there silently, just like watching that. Just like
watching.
Would Celia have advantage if she totally believes that she's telling the truth?
I believe that I am telling the truth. I did roll a 7.
It's yeah. Okay, so it's really hard for her to believe for some reasons, and definitely with a 7, she's like not. You can see on her face, you know, Harriet, she's not sold, and she's like, I can tell when I'm creeping into where I should not be creeping into in terms of my stature. So, you want another one? Now she gets all
yeah.
nervous.
Oh yeah. Do you want one?
I do.
The third one's on me.
technically they're all on us because you know it's our bar, but yeah, it's fine. Sierra's still babysitting her drink. She's like, this don't look that good.
Did any of the other guys, anyone else at the bar want one of these?
Hey, they're drunk servants in the corner. They're gonna drink some too.
Yeah, rounds for everyone.
Okay. She's
We're back for one night only.
She's gonna say, remember like last week there were some, I guess guests of the palace that were here. Do you remember them? I don't remember exactly where they're from. But I think you were here. You were talking. Or at least you were nearby. I mean, I'm not trying to intrude. I obviously know where I stand. But one of them kind of made a really hateful comment towards us, the Ganassi. And you didn't really
Lily. Who was that?
You didn't seem to react. It just was bizarre. And I know you must have been doing it probably to please them diplomatically. But they looked very shark-like. Not to judge.
You know, it's hard, you know, sometimes to... Were they here? Were they here? It was this place right here?
Mm-hmm. You came
It's
in
hard.
here with... I mean, you had a lot to drink.
Mm-hmm. That's all I'm saying.
Seer places her hand on Celia's shoulder and casts guidance, and she's like, maybe you should just think real hard about who was here talking bad about us. Just
All right.
curious for...
Celia, insight check.
Okay.
You get a D4 to add to that.
Okay. Boy. Oh boy, and then a D4. Cool, that's an 8.
It was bad.
Yeah, you were really drunk, Celia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm surprised that I didn't hit him, because you know, Genastis are my guys. They're my guys. Am I right?
Right. She's gonna start pouring another drink, saying your glass is pretty much empty already. Just kind of clean those off really fast while putting another one just nonchalantly while she looks like she has an idea to say something else.
No, what? Yeah, what you want to say?
It's just I've been hearing a lot of things about, tribal leaders. People have been talking about. I don't know their structure there, but why are people over here talking about their tribal leaders? I mean, if they're super high up, they wouldn't be left alone in the bar without the king.
No, yeah, I was gonna bring it up during the meeting, but there was so much good news happening that I didn't really want to bring it up.
Oh.
So maybe don't tell anyone about it. Maybe.
Lily, that's not how debriefs work. You have to share the good and the bad news so that we know what's going on. You can't just give the good, because then we just think good things are happening.
But I just didn't want to spoil the party, and everyone hates me anyways.
I mean, we already invited Missy there, so the party's ruined anyway. So we might as well just figure out what's going on. Perhaps I should have some word with Daddy and let him know the updated update.
Fine.
Do you know about the tribal leader Mumbo? Do you know what's going on with that, or should I just bring them?
No, not really. I mean, the murder conspiracy, maybe murder conspiracy. It's hard to tell. They could just be challenging each other and be but to the death. But maybe to the death, but one person doesn't know that it's to the death.
Can I insight check Celia?
Yeah, go ahead.
To piece that together.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've already got a set DC for the knowing Celia.
I got an 18.
Yeah. You know the truth.
Yeah. Yeah, cool.
So there's okay, got it. So we definitely should go talk to Daddy and let him know that that's a problem and not all good like you said earlier.
Well, it's mostly all good, which is I was averaging out the answer.
That's again not how that works. He's in such a good mood, and now I don't want to ruin it because we've already
That's
here.
That's why I didn't want to do it.
Perhaps we should go to Shark Food Island first on our tour, and we just handle that, nip it in the butt real quick, and then no one has to know.
They're so happy over there too. I don't want to
minus the waging of war that could be happening. So not happy.
Fine.
Maybe we limit your drinks on this trip, just 2 a day. Maybe just a couple less.
3.
2 and a shot.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
We're set.
That's good enough.
Wow. So we won't tell Daddy about this right now. We'll just let him know if it
right before we leave, and then
maybe when we get back. Maybe when we get back and we've already solved it. We're hey, we forgot this thing. We already handled it. No biggie. It'll show him. You know what? And it's a show Missy because you'll do something without even having to get approval. You'll just make yourself look better. And I love making her look bad.
Yeah. What is it? Boss shit. I'll be doing boss shit.
Yes, that's real close. Boss shit. Yes. Are you gonna be okay outside of the bar? I'm actually worried about you. I don't.
I think I'll just. Can I stay here tonight? Do you have a bed?
Harriet's gonna say, Celia, you're welcome. We can make a bed for you on the floor right here. Like you did last night?
Your room is literally next door.
Harriet's gonna say, I am legally obligated to do whatever you ask me to do, Celia.
I've already passed out.
Okay.
How about we just make a little to-go bag of of Celia's favorite booze, and I'll give it to Rissy, and she can put it in her bag of holding, and then we'll just bring that with us, emergency shots in case we need them.
Oh, Your Majesty, you don't understand. Celia has already created for years a system with one of the servants to take alcohol straight to the room if they hear a certain amount of knocks.
But what if we're not gonna be here? Because she's going, to the shark folk. So like, we need to take some with us.
Oh, you want a goodie bag of like Celia's favorite booze?
Exactly.
I'll have it ready for you.
Like an advent calendar of her favorite booze. Be perfect.
She loves that. Drunk Harriet, who somehow is still professional, almost like more professional, is like loving it.
Like, you do this for a living. I love it. She kind of goes and sits with the two drunk people and just kind of like she's just trying to let everything go. She's like, wow, that was kind of a stressful day. She's like, oof.
Yeah, one of the servants is asleep, and the other servant's like trying to stay awake while looking at his like chained pocket watch.
Early shift tomorrow, I bet.
Oh, after the fireworks show, we get off. It's good to see you again, Your Majesty.
Good to be back. It's good to see you too. Well, you just take your rest. Don't mind me.
Everyone's been working hard in preparation for your arrival. We're all excited to hear the big news in the morning.
Oh, it'd be a spectacle. The big, just ripping the Band-Aid off. Just a whole bunch of information all at once, and then lots of stuff happening.
It sounds fun. I could use some fun. But
I wouldn't use that word, but it could be. I think for some of us.
I've seen a lot happen with your father and with this family and with this building, and with my faith in Shine, I know everything is exactly how it's supposed to be, and we are going to experience the glory of life together in the end.
I agree with that. I think things are going to go absolutely magnificent, particularly down here for you in the time that it's coming.
Thank you. Can I give you a hug, Your Majesty?
Sure.
I'm going to give you a hug.
Give him a hug. Oh, you're so warm.
He's going to reach into his shirt and take off this necklace that's like just big enough that it's behind his clothes. And it's just this symbol of like, almost imagine 3 commas pushed together. And there's like indentions in them that kind of like look like sparkles. Like someone took one of those 8-sided wrenches or screwdrivers and just poked holes all in it. So it has like a shine at the end. And he says, "This is for you. I have another one. I want you to be blessed when you're back home. This has carried me through tough times at the palace."
Well, I'm sure there's someone else that may want that more than me. Someone more close to you, a child, a lover, perhaps.
A lover.
But I do appreciate it. I just don't want you to wake up and be like, "Where's my necklace?" And then I'm wearing it, and it's just awkward. You're pretty drunk right now, so
Shine is on everything. And he's just going to wave his hand, and the space in front of him, which is water, it's just going to slightly ripple. And as the lights from the lanterns kind of shine through, you just see the shine and the ripple. It kind of moves and dissipates. And he's just going to turn back at you with this, like, expecting, like, yeah face of just, like, pure joy.
Oh, it's so awesome. I do love parlor tricks. Ooh.
May I hug you, Your Majesty? I love you.
Oh, we've done this already. Of course, we could just do this. And then she's gonna leave after that. She's like, okay, well now.
It's good because he slowly is falling asleep while hugging you, so you like slip out from him.
Oh, okay. Nice.
And he's just gonna lay on the table, and his little stopwatch is gonna tick 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 tick, like a little alarm was set on it.
I look at the bartender. You have fun with all this. I'm gonna head to my room.
I got them.
I'll see you tomorrow.
I'll see you tomorrow. Hey, welcome back home.
Good to be back.
And she's gonna turn and like start picking one up. All right, wake up, wake up, wake up. All right, so Celia's passed out on the floor. Where are you going, Seer?
I'm gonna. Is it late?
It's getting late. It's about to be dinner, and then after dinner will be the fireworks show, and then you're gonna be
drunk before dinner. Like she's like. Passed
Oh yeah,
out
I totally thought this was already at night.
Like she's blackout drunk before.
Well,
we've had
you
dinner.
guys got here at noon, and your family is big on pageantry, and you're expected in the morning. So it's kind of like your dad's, or maybe your mom, is not going to give up on the pageantry, so everything's moved back. So you're having dinner at like 9 right now. So it is getting dark outside. And when it's dark, like the glow of the kingdom, or of the palace, shines over the top of the buildings a little bit of the kingdom, and as it stretches out, fades, and then there's the drop off of the big floating landmass that you're on. And you can see in the park the glowing bioluminescent blue and the white glows of the Ferris wheel. So that's kind of what you look out, you can see over the palace balconies. And it's really dark. It gets a little lighter as it goes up, because the moon, or whatever the glow source of Silvernail is, way above the ocean, it still has, even though it's 5,000 feet up, there's still a little bit of light that catches, and so there's like a fade that comes even when it's really late.
Okay, yeah, so I will, I'll go to dinner, and I will cover for Celia, and just say that she's prepping for travels tomorrow. But I do want to go out tonight. Like, I want to, because I just got back to the city, and then I'm leaving the city for a longer time, so I want to try to get Leo and Vinfira, maybe. I feel like she's not the going out type, but since we're leaving tomorrow, I'm just like, gonna go and like, hey, would you like to like go out? Because we both just got back to the city and be like, hey, let's see the sights before we leave again, since we have like 12 hours. And I'll like mention that at dinner. I don't know how far we're jumping ahead, but try to have a nightlife and not invite Missy.
Well, I'll give you guys the option. You can go to dinner, or we can fast forward through any part and montage it.
I just know that I have to go to that after party for the
so
jeweler. That's it though. So she's probably gonna skip dinner.
Yeah, I'm gonna see her outside.
Celia is asleep on the bar. Harriet's got it covered. They've shut down the bar. People walk in, they're like, "We'll get you a drink, but just be quiet. Everyone's asleep." It's like a child nap zone in there. Okay, so they're out. Mizu is in her bedroom having an existential crisis about Ganon, and no one's believing her that she has someone in her voice. Also, everyone's got that, I got a new superpower kind of thing that they're playing with. So dinner is kind of chaotic. They're not there. Arista is going to dinner?
Gotta eat.
Yes. Vinfira?
He's going in there.
Okay, cool. Seer?
I'm going to dinner. So the girls who go to dinner get invited to go out. Boom.
Okay,
perfect.
So dinner is in the main hall tonight. It is a super long table. All the servants get to eat after all the plates are served, and then everyone has to clean up their own dishes. It's tradition in this family. And the king and queen start with their dish. And so
not around here, partner.
Yeah, Mizu actually is probably weaseled out over time, and she's probably like 6 servants in before her. Like we go down the line. It's like royalty all the way through the servants, and she's like so she used to probably be like, anyways, she's wiggled her way somewhere in there. I kind of confused myself for a second.
I'm a bitch.
Yes.
Doesn't like working. Got it.
Okay, the king is super busy talking to his steward and his advisor. The butler is taking things back and forth with him, presumably making contacts with our diplomats through mailings and magical means. So it's busy. So Arizaline's kind of like open to talk to you guys, and she seems kind of just like vibing, you know? Things are cooking, but you see your mom like this all the time. You can never really get what's going on with your mom because there's this confidence with a hint of, I fucked up a long time ago sorrow, so I have motive to prove that I'm good again.
We love a nice, delicate balance.
Yes, and that's what I present Gordon Ramsay. So she's vibing, she's eating her food. Servants are talking and eating. It kind of goes by quickly because they were really hungry. It's really late. Everyone just wants to eat, so everyone's really just eating. You don't really get a chance to speak to your father or anybody over there. You have a chance to speak to Arizaline for a little bit if you'd like. The kingdom's pretty like anyone? Cut and dry.
At the table, I will just insinuate that she is the reason that we're going on this trip, and that she must feel good about that. Just like to make a conversation with her because I haven't seen her in so long.
She's I think she just wants to give you a hug at first, and like because I think you guys are kind of privately away from people a little bit, and she's just gonna look you in the eye as you see like her eyes are kind of watery a little bit. She's just gonna tell you how proud she is of you, but everything's gonna be fantastic. Like she knows what your father is working on and what they've been talking about, and he is so full of love and forward thought and creativity that he's gonna make something great. And she's like really excited, and she's missed you.
I think we're all gonna make something great. She feels she's living in that moment. She like enjoys feeling accomplished. So she's kind of having that moment with her. But she doesn't linger too long. But she will give the invite to Rissy and Vinny about going out to see the city.
Okay.
Sisters.
Yes.
Well, since we're leaving tomorrow, I feel like this is probably the last time we'll get the chance, and since we only have been here for a few hours, Vinny, this is probably the last time we'll get a chance in a while to see the city. If either of you are interested in joining me, just thought it'd be fun. A little bonding.
Benfir kind of ponders it over for a few moments, and she looks like she's gonna say no, and then she's like, I suppose one night can't hurt.
Oh boy, sister trip.
Mizu, are you holding back with Ganon?
I'm not there. Yeah, I'm not there because she's getting ready for her work.
Okay, so you three, if you I think I can drop maybe the map of the city. I forgot to upload that. Maybe I can work on that tomorrow. There's like it looks like a river going from the palace down off one side, far down. It kind of lines the city. It's not a river. It's like 3 or 4 inches of like a really heavier water, or briny water. So you could wade through it super easy, but from above looks deep, and it's not deep at all. It just kind of naturally looks like a road, so to speak, because it's so accessible. And things are built around it. You can walk through it to different things. But you'll be escorted with servants who will keep around you, because a lot of people are out because there's a huge migration of jellyfish that have moved in that are now just like kind of glowing around. It's just kind of lighting up the whole kingdom. Like almost like a big balloon festival that you'd see from a distance.
Like a balloon festival meets Christmas lights.
Exactly.
Oh, before we start to leave, when I pitch this idea, I will look at the sisters and be like, we can try out our disguises and like go and see what it's like to live amongst the regular people. And so ideally, I would like to try to, I don't know if it's possible, but leave our guards or like sneak away from the guards, just kind of like use these disguises to be regular people while we're in our homes versus using them out.
Okay, so you and Vinfira roll stealth with advantage. And Arista doesn't have to roll anything. 3 feet tall and invisible. I don't think the sound you're gonna make is. Yeah.
I got a 14.
All right.
I did not roll very well.
Uh-oh. What'd you roll?
A 4?
Okay, so, Seer, both of your disguises obviously looks good. You look like different people, but you still attract attention, and you stop, and Vinfira did not see you stop and runs right into you and makes a huge scene. So, the steward is going to walk over.
We didn't do this right.
Alright, so this guy's name is Jackal Grim. He's kind of a paler blue. He's got sunken in features. He's got to be in his early 60s now. He's got white hair with like blue, almost like matted paint. He's got kind of almost like a Vincent van Gogh kind of energy. His hair kind of splits off to the side up a little bit. His ears are kind of pointy red from being so cold all the time. He's got this big black jacket that has like a shine of a fluorescent blue when the light hits it the right way, with like one big gold button and big hairy blue and white hair, and you know that he's an Air Ganassi. And
oh, hey,
good evening.
Hey, who are you two?
Just passerbyers just looking.
How did you get into the palace?
I started there.
We were escorted by some friends of ours. Apologies. We'll take our leave at once.
Persuasion checks. Actually, just on Vinfira, because Vinfira was the last one that really sold it.
I'll give you the help action.
Oh my god, I can't roll.
Yeah, give her the help action.
Is it the...
Would it help if I came up behind him and tapped him on the shoulder?
Yeah, roll with advantage.
Yeah!
Let's see.
It's not getting better.
No, it's not.
Oh
It
no.
got worse. It's like a 6, I think. We're using the right
boy.
number, right?
No, you have advantage, so you take the higher.
Ooh.
Y'all gotta we'll turn your toggles off.
Yeah, we'll do it
fix
later.
it next time.
So a 10?
A 10.
Yeah.
Okay. He's gonna want to pull you away and talk to you more, Vinfira, but he's gonna let Seer go and obviously Arista go.
Well, we can't just... I look at Rissy. Can we... How chaotic do we want to be?
She's already pulling the guy's jacket over his head.
Okay, Arista, without even knowing, pulls his jacket over his head, and you guys have 2 seconds to break free.
Run!
Alright.
Oh god.
As you guys just run off, you take off through that pink archway and immediately jump behind like the first building that's like right off the river in the back, and we immediately go into this like end of movie montage where you guys are sneaking through places and like spinning into your disguises, and like Arista's like popping into places and like spinning out of carriages and turning visible, and you enter the bright blue park that's glowing, and you see that Ferris wheel, and there are like people happy buying snacks from these like vines and coral stands where kingdom workers are selling things, and there's like small kiddie rides and benches, and you guys are doing like the funnest stuff, and like you're having like there's like a guy who like paints caricatures of people, and so you guys are gonna get one in your disguises.
Painted as each other.
Mm-hmm. We'll show you guys like dangling your feet off the side of the huge like rock structure with like the light pouring down. Way off in the distance, there's like dolphin and a shark like fighting to the death, and the dolphin wins. And it's a good night. And then the credits start to roll on this like happy girl movie we got going. Oh, and Celia's snoring.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, thanks for playing, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Episode 1 complete. All right, we'll see you next Wednesday for episode 2. So, thanks for playing, everybody.
And let's drop by this Friday for Into the Expanse.
That's right.
Options.
Oh, hell yeah. Anybody else want to drop something?
No.
I'll drop the ball.
Boom.
Fuck the mermaids.
Blue